Welcome to DudeNoWay Live, where we embark on a quest to play the greatest games of all time. I'm your host, Moonchild of DudeNoWay, and today we are overwhelming the enemy in Overwatch 2. We're going to be jumping into some games in a little bit here, and focusing on high pressure, high damage, and as much pressure as we can put on the enemy support players as possible. In that regard, not all DPS are created equal. I actually pressed the button a little bit sooner than I meant to, so I'm kind of doing this on the fly a little bit right now. Sorry about that, dude. So in that regard, not all DPS are created equal, and there are certain characters that are just flat out better for putting pressure on the enemy team, and in doing so, you're gonna make it more difficult for them to keep their tank alive, to keep their DPS alive. And with the DPS passive that was added in Season 9, there are certain characters that benefit from it a little bit more than others. And so we're going to be diving in and checking that out and showing off how to make it more difficult for the enemy to stay alive. And in doing so, you are going to have an easier time winning your games. And I'm kind of fixing everything on the back end here, making sure that everything is good before we get into this. But before we get into that, we have a viewer gameplay today sent in by a friend of ours. Let me just make sure that I have the correct code. Looks like I do. Yeah, looks like I do. There was like some additional letters there at the end of the code, which were not actually part of the review code. I just wanted to make sure that I had it correct, and it looks like we do. So we're going to be jumping in to a viewer gameplay today. I loaded this up a little bit ago, finally got the match loaded when I figured out which were the extra letters that were tacked on to the end, and it looks like they are playing D.Va, so we're going to have a D.Va gameplay that we're reviewing today. We're going to be checking it out, looking for mistakes and places we could have improved, and if you would like your gameplay reviewed here on stream, send me the import code to DudeNoWayLive@gmail.com, and I would be happy to turn it into some content. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive into it. Let's see what this match has in store for us. A replay already exists on your list. Okay. Well, how do I find that now? That's recent. It's not recent. Imported. There we go. Alright. It's actually the first time I've done that. Okay. So we are looking for the evil one. Is going to be our D.Va tank today. Going to be checking out their gameplay and just seeing what happens. Or perhaps they're playing Doomfist, hard to say. I'm gonna have to redo the intro to this. Okay, so right off the jump, looks like they are gonna be playing Doomfist. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee before I let this play. Okay. So after this, I'm going to redo the intro to this because when I loaded up the game, they were on D.Va, so I thought we were reviewing a D.Va gameplay. But off the start, we have a Lucio, we have a Baptiste, a Soldier, and a Doomfist tank. And they are spamming, absolutely spamming their voice lines. You can see that he has been... he's been practicing his Doomfist movement, so he got there very quickly before the enemy team, and with the enemy team having a Mauga, you know that they will take a few seconds to get there. In addition to that, they have a slower DPS character in the Widowmaker, so their full team is not going to be there on time, and it looks like the Genji was a little bit late loading in as well, so potentially this will be a 4v4 until the other two DPS arrive. So the team fight has started here. And so we're going in on the tank, putting damage and pressure onto the Mauga. And you can see that their Kiriko is kind of on the side here. So let's see where this goes. Team is starting to come in. This Doom is right up in their face, and he is moving fast, and in doing so, he's going to make it pretty much impossible for the Widowmaker to charge up a 300% damage shot and actually shoot him in the head. And even if she did shoot him in the head, he is at full health right now, which means that he would not die to that anyway. So, hey, what's going on, Extinguish? How are you? So, it's getting sketchier for you right now, but with that hard punch against the Mauga, you are able to take him very low. While you are around half hit points, he is about a tenth of his hit points, so it's very likely that the Mauga will die, especially with your Baptiste back there. I figure the Baptiste will probably finish off this Mauga before he heals you. That's what I would have done. But he gets away. Okay, so we just, we are incredibly aggressive, and while that's not necessarily a bad thing, we are a little bit over hype to jump in and put ourselves into situations where we should not be. As a Doomfist, you are not the tankiest tank of all time, so diving directly into the face of all 5 enemies is going to get you punished, and you kind of got punished there. You did it like 3 times in a row. You kind of deserved to get punished in that scenario. You got away with it, getting the Widowmaker off the start, but if you keep doing it over and over again, eventually you're going to get put down, and you did. You kind of asked for that one, dude. So we're going to play it from here. We can see that the Mauga is charging in on your team here. But again, the Mauga is not the tankiest tank of all time, so once he burns his cardiac overdrive, he should be pretty easy for your DPS characters to take out. Maybe not, because you do have a Symmetra, and with him slamming down there on the Sim and the Genji, it's going to be very difficult, actually, for your team to kill him. Yeah, and he's just getting a ton of support as well, and you can see that their Kiriko is also advancing on your Genji, and your Symmetra is already down, so I think you guys may have lost this point here. Really good movement on the part of your Doomfist, but just too aggressive, too eager to get into the enemy's face when there are 5 of them right in front of you. You know, you gotta remember, like, it doesn't matter how good you are. If there's 5 of them, you're probably gonna get put down, right? Like, that's just too much damage. It'd be too much damage for any tank. So, you're waiting for your cooldowns here. You probably are going to finish off this Tracer unless she recalls and then turns around and dips. She is very low health, and it's very easy for you to deal this amount of damage as Doomfist. And she does recall. And unfortunately, she got out of there. And again, you are, because you missed the Tracer, unfortunately you missed the Tracer, you are now in a situation where you are standing in front of the entire enemy team, basically. So this is a bad place for you to be. I'm sure you already know that. That's why you're power blocking. You can see your block is all the way charged up. You do have your Rocket Punch available, so you will probably be able to get out of here. You also have your dive available, so you have a decent amount of movement tools here, but you're going to need to use them very quickly. With your reaction speed and the speed at which you're playing Doomfist, I wouldn't imagine that's going to be a problem. Yeah, exactly. So you are just faster. You're just straight up faster than the enemy team. Like, you broke their ankles a little bit. They couldn't get the kill on you. You were only in their face for like a fraction of a second, and then you were up and out of the way. Your team is already here healing you back up. You can see the Baptiste is right behind this Genji's foot, kind of already shooting his healing your way. That's what this yellow line is indicating. So I think you're going to make it out and just be totally fine. That was sketchy though, right? That was sketchy. Alright, so you backed off, you're back up with your team. I would recommend, right now, it looks like you're about to go in, and with your Baptiste, your Baptiste only has 19 hit points right now, so you definitely want to be careful about what you do, and you, yourself, are not full health. You're down about 175 hit points. I would wait until you are full before you dive onto this team, even though you get more hit points as Doomfist for actually jumping and dealing damage with your abilities. Being down 175 hit points means you're basically just, you know, a bigger DPS character with this amount of HP. So it's definitely sketchy. You want to make sure that you, you know, before you dive, you get healed. But you go for it. And once more, I just want you to see 1, 2, 3, 4 people in your face while you dive in with not full hit points. As fast as you are, you're going to get punished for this. If not right now, at some point, this will bite you in the ass, right? So your BAP is on you. Thankfully, they didn't kill your BAP. He was very, very low, though. He, like I said, 19 hit points. They could have one-tapped him with any amount of, with any character. You know, even Kiriko's body shot damage is more than that. So, thankfully, they did not kill him, and you guys are good to go for this, this point. You should be fine to aggress now. You are getting fully healed up here, and you went up to 420 hit points right before you got hit just now. So you're going to be fine to aggress in. You're probably going to strafe off to the side here and just kind of wait for your rocket punch to come off cooldown before you go back in there. Yep. And that's exactly what you wanted to do. You're totally good now. The pressure is on the enemy support players right now. They have to stop doing everything they're doing and make sure that this Mauga does not die. Otherwise, they lose this point. There's literally nothing stopping you from killing this Mauga because you have Reaper right next to you. Looks like Reaper died. That sucks. Well, either way, this Mauga is in some serious danger. So you are about to dive onto their support characters. I would recommend when you get there, you're probably going to rocket punch this Widow into the spawn screen, which is the right thing to do to make sure that the most dangerous character for you is out of the way. You are almost full hit points, so you can tank a headshot from her and still be fine, still be trucking. And I think that you will easily be able to do that, especially since this Mauga is like 35% hit points right now. So if he aggresses on you, he's going to be like putting himself in extreme danger, so I don't think he will. So I think at this moment you're probably going to kill the Widow, and like maybe the Kiriko would be the other target that you kill, but killing Widow very quickly, she can't react to you, right? Where Kiriko can Suzu, or she can teleport out of the way, the Widowmaker just straight up, she'll just die. Yeah, that's exactly what I would have done. Good call. And again, the Mauga waited until he was full hit points, almost, right? Which means that he, in that additional second that he took to get healed up, you were able to take out one of his characters just straight away. And with this Tracer here, it's going to be sketchy trying to rocket punch her, but you'll probably shoot her in her face a couple of times, which will deter her from being up in yours. Oh, no. Well, so you have enough time before this explodes, I think, that you can hit your power block and absorb most of the damage from the pulse bomb. I think that's probably what you'll do. No. You didn't quite have it up in time before it exploded, and now you are down at 80 hit points, but your thought process was there, right? Like, you pressed it, it just wasn't quite up fast enough. So you're waiting for your support to get you up here. Yeah, that's fair, dude. I mean, that Tracer got you. She stuck you with her ultimate. You know, that's going to happen. If your block had been up 1 second sooner, I think you would have been fine to have survived that. Again, right now, you are in a predicament because the Genji on your team is still up, but the Reaper is on his way back from the spawn. I can't even see Reaper right now, but I know he's on his way back from the spawn. And the Tracer is here, so Genji and Tracer are probably going to duel each other. Your two supports, they don't have enough damage to be able to take out this Mauga, so they're probably just going to die. That's likely what will happen. Maybe Lucio will get out and he'll run away, but like more than likely your two supports are going to die. At the very least, BAP is going down, right? This Mauga's taking a lot of damage, bro. This Mauga's taking a lot of damage. He's getting hurt pretty bad. DPS Moira needs to chill out. They're really committing to this Baptiste kill, and the Lucio's AoE healing aura is actually keeping the Baptiste alive, and actually healing through a lot of his damage with the power of his aura and Bap's, whatever it is, shift or whatever, that heals him up, whatever button you have it bound to. It's like it's this move, right? And it heals you, and like between those, he's actually sustaining through the damage of the Mauga right now, but you can also see that he's not on fire yet, so the Mauga has not been on target with the shots for him. There it goes, and then BAP goes down immediately after getting caught on fire, and then this is the moment where your Lucio has to decide, do I stay and die, or do I get the fuck out of here? And he's trying to get away, but he's just not going to be able to. You can see your Reaper is back now, but now that you are dead, you'll probably be back from spawn very quickly, but with your 2 supports, I would recommend just waiting for this, because the Reaper is stalling out on the point. Best case scenario, maybe he stalls out until you guys get back, but more than likely, he'll just end up getting killed like the Lucio just did. So in this moment, I would say it's probably better to either wait for your supports to spawn and then try and take one last team fight, or just give up point 1 here and let them have it. So let's see what happens. You are on your way back, so I'm going to put it back on you, because you're going to be there very quickly, but Lucio isn't, and neither is Bap, so you're not going to have any support when you do get there. Right, and like Reaper just saw what was about to happen to him. You could see pretty instantly he went down to like 60% health, and he had to make a choice, right? Like, do I stay or die, or do I get out of the way and wait? Yeah, and right now, you're trying to charge up that rocket punch. You went in there, but then you immediately backed off, so you kind of jebaited them into thinking that you were about to come in, and now the Mauga's gonna come around the corner and charge up your rocket punch so that you can one-hit one of his supports. And there it is. But you used it on Mauga to get him out of your face. That's not a bad call. Now that you have your ultimate active, you have an additional survivability tool that you can utilize between when your supports get back and when you can actually, like, when you engage. So with the additional health from using your rocket punch to damage the Mauga, you are sitting decently right now, around 60% hit points, and I think that you will probably utilize your ultimate to keep yourself alive in this moment and potentially snag a kill or 2 on the people, because they are so grouped up in this moment that they are highly, highly vulnerable to the damage of Meteor Strike. Right, and then there it is. And instead of using the Meteor Strike to actually get the kill, because it looks like your Reaper, unfortunately, did not go in to stagger the point at that moment, that would have been like, if I were Reaper, that would have been the thing that I did, right? While everyone is right there, I would have gone for the flank angle, and I would have shadow stepped down, or whatever it is. I would have teleported down onto the point so that I could have staggered the overtime timer while everybody got back. Since, like, as soon as I saw you go in, that would have been the first thing I did. Like, teleport straight past the team, get on the point, and hit the overtime. But you were able to hit the overtime with your Meteor Strike, which also bought you a little bit of time. And while you lost the temporary hit points from your abilities dealing damage to people, so now you are less health than you were before, you actually healed up your normal hit points while inside of the Meteor Strike animation. So you are better off now than you were before. And just gonna make sure. I just wanna check on things real quick. Make sure this is good. That is good. Make sure this is good. That is good. All right, so we're good. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, everything on the back end is looking good. It wasn't loading up on one of my other monitors. On my other monitor, I only have one other monitor. I don't know why I said one of my others. But anyway, so in this moment, your support are back, right? Or at the very least, Lucio is almost here. So you are going to have some support here. But in the meantime, before he gets to you, the main thing that you want to do is just be elusive until you have someone here to heal you up. Once Lucio's healing aura is around you, you can get very, very aggressive. And with the overtime timer going down, you will be able to kind of dive up and out of the way here, and then rocket punch. Okay, so you dive up and out of the way, and then rocket punch back onto the point, right, to continue in overtime, and that'll buy you a couple of seconds while you're waiting for Lucio to get back. Okay, so unfortunately, it's looking like the overtime is about to tick through, unless Genji happens to land on it in the split second before it makes it there. But you did get the kill on their Tracer and their Genji, so they are down all of their DPS. Excuse me. They are down all of their DPS and only have their tank and their 2 supports alive. So you'll probably just take the team fight, I would imagine, and just finish off the stagger here so that you can go to point number 2. Without them being up as quickly. Yeah, so you did lose that point. That's unfortunate. These guys could have gotten there just a little bit sooner and staggered it for you, kept it in overtime for you. It didn't end up working that way, but that's all right. Right, so this is the moment where I said, like, this is the time where you guys take the fight to them. Now that you have the advantage in terms of numbers, you can easily take out the tank and the 2 supports without any problem. You see the Reaper has already killed their Kiriko, and now it is just Moira and Mauga here on the point. You guys are going to destroy them and then move on to point number 2. Yep, and that's how it goes, dude. That's how it goes. I think the Moira is still here, which is really stupid on her part. Your movement is super slick too. I can't express enough how good your movement is with the Doomfist abilities, getting through tight corridors and tight spaces like that. You are really, really good at movement. Good, looking good. Yep, and you canceled the dive there so that you could get the additional height without actually the dive kind of slams you down hard, right? So it makes you descend very hard. So you canceled it at the peak of your height so that you could gently fall down, which actually gives you more distance than leaving the dive animation active. And now, see, there's that hard descent that I was talking about. And now you slam down onto the Genji to show him to leave your Lucio alone or else. Right. And unfortunately, you are right in front of their spawn. So at this moment, you have Mauga on top of you. You have Genji who is on your side, and the Kiriko is also here. So if they are accurate, they could potentially kill you in this scenario. But I don't think that they have it. I don't think they have enough damage to kill you before you just turn and rocket punch the hell out of here. So I think you're gonna be just fine. That's unfortunate, right? So, like I said, if they are accurate, and you can see that the Kiriko was there, and she probably hit you with the headshot, which was enough damage to... You actually can't see the kunai sticking out of you, but if you could see the kunai, I bet you there'd be one right in your forehead, and the Kiriko likely hit a headshot on you, which is a large portion of your hit points. With these 3 characters, Genji and Kiriko combined can actually deal a significant amount of damage if they are... getting the crits, and Mauga, Mauga is just Mauga, so he could just double fist you. So it is what it is. You go down, and unfortunately, your team is going to have to try and what would this be, like a 4v5 scenario? But you did get their Mauga to waste his ultimate for no reason, right? There's literally no reason to press cage fight right there. That was a chump move on their part, and because of that, you guys are going to be up in the ultimate economy. So I'm gonna move it over to here. We're gonna kind of watch as this plays out, and then we're gonna watch them. Move forward. Bang! Mauga is charging. You can see that your Genji, your Lucio, and your Bap are all here. Not sure where Reaper is. I can't see him right now, but that's okay. I'm sure he's around here somewhere, or he's coming back from the spawn. Let's just see. I don't think he died though, so I'm sure he's around here somewhere. And the point is going on. There's Reaper. So yeah, potentially he did die there. And the point is activating. You can see Bap is getting extremely, extremely low health. And the fact that he is still out in line of sight of this Mauga is asking to die. Like, this Bap is just like, hey, Mauga, would you please send me to the respawn screen? And like, it takes nothing for Mauga to look up, destroy the immortality field, and then deal that amount of damage to Bap. So he really needs to get the fuck out of there. I don't know what he's thinking. And there goes the Bap, right? Like, we all saw that coming. He should have never been that far out, knowing that he was that low health. He should have used that moment to get back behind a piece of cover. That's his fault. He's got no one to blame but himself. And it looks like they are probably going to take it. You guys are, you have Lucio active here at the point. You have Genji, who is dipping out of there and realizes what just happened. You are on your way out of the spawn with Reaper, and even though you get there really quickly, you still have to wait for Bap before you guys are in a 5v5, so that kind of sucks. Again, you use the dive and then immediately cancel it for the additional movement. That's good. And you are already back, and right there, you stopped your impulses from pushing you forward into a scenario where you would die. You saw yourself, the momentum carried you forward, you backed yourself up. That's exactly what you want to do. You're using the power block, getting it charged up, so that you can rocket punch somebody into the respawn screen. Looking good. You're trying to get that Genji, trying to get the hit on that Genji, but unfortunately it didn't quite work. Now you can use this to dive over the wall and kind of get out of the way, because when it doesn't connect, when the rocket punch doesn't connect, it has the potential to really fuck you in terms of where your positioning is. So you're going to use that to reposition and kind of just use your primary fire to put in some damage. Right, and right now this is scary because you are low hit points, and the burn damage is enough to take you down. You can see that your Lucio is alive, but like his healing aura will be able to keep you up as long as you don't take any more direct impact damage. And that's unfortunate, dude. So the Genji dove through you and was able to utilize his dash ability to deal the remaining hit points that you had left over. If this Lucio was not on the wall, and I talked about this in a previous review, if this Lucio was not on the wall, he would have been able to hit the ground sooner, and you would have lived through that. That's a sad day. Also, your Reaper went down. Everybody in here just needs to leave, right? And potentially, if Lucio had had better reaction speed, you would have been saved. But in this moment, it's actually better that Lucio would not have used his ult, because now you guys are going to be down what is potentially the most impactful ultimate on your team right now. So, you know, it's likely better that maybe Lucio just didn't use that. I'm going to back it up so that I can get a better view here. Both Genji and Luce should be using that additional hit points to get the fuck out of here. But for some reason, they're going to fight it out as though they're going to actually accomplish something. Okay, Bap is back, and he can save them. Like, they should not be fighting this, though. This 3v5 scenario right here is death for all three of these characters. So they need to leave. Right? They're not going to... Even if they get one kill, they're not going to even the odds enough. And the only thing that can save them is you getting back in time, but you are still respawning, and so is Reaper, so it's going to be a few seconds before that happens. They could very realistically all three die before you guys ever make it back to the point here. And that stagger is enough to lose a game. Like, if they keep doing that stuff, that will be enough to kill them, right? You see, the Lucio goes down, the Genji goes down. They should have left earlier. That's their fault. But now they are standing in front of your spawn, which is, like, super dumb on their part. Like, they have no business being all the way out here, and I think that you guys will punish at least one or two of them and even the odds of this fight significantly. If you can hit this Tracer, you will probably one-hit her. Unfortunately not, right? You got your Rocket Punch, or your Power Block has charged up your Rocket Punch now, so the next one that you do will be very, very deadly. Oh, dude. That's one of those moments that I talked about where Rocket Punch missing can really screw you in terms of your positioning. Thank God you had your dive available to get yourself back onto the actual map. Ooh, that was nice. And the damage from your dive actually was able to kill their Tracer, which is great. The dive has like a little shockwave that happens. I'm just going to break off a few so that I can talk about this. The dive has like a little shockwave that happens after you land. It kind of goes out like this, just a little bit. And that was enough to kill their Tracer. Very nice. Okay, right now, you need to give the rest of your team a few seconds to catch up with you. You are faster than they are. So you gotta be cognizant of how fast you can move compared to the rest of the people on your team. But with you, and there's Lucio, so you're good to go. You're good to keep going. With you getting, and when you hear him say healing boost, you know he's amping it up on the healing aura. So you know that you can get extra aggressive in this moment. And for the next like 4 or 5 seconds, you can stay extra aggressive as long as you don't take too much damage. And one thing that you're doing that is really good, really, really good as a Doomfist tank is you are being the first one into the fight and taking the space for your team. Like, you being in there, like, is scary to them, right? And there's, like, this mental aspect of Doomfist is coming, and he just keeps coming, and he's just relentlessly moving forward into their ranks. And that is terrifying enough that it will force them to play differently. It will force them to back up. It'll force them to think twice about their movements. And that 1 split second worth of time that it takes them to be, like, cautious, right, will be the difference between you getting a kill and you not getting a kill, because you just have the reaction speed. You have the like the pace that they do not have. They're just not playing at your level right now. Bang. And right here, like, you can dive this, you can rocket punch this Moira, but both Moira and Kiriko have a way that they can just disappear out of your rocket punch. So you need to be careful, because your dive is on cooldown for another 6 seconds. So while this charges up, if this doesn't connect, you need to be careful about potentially sliding yourself all the way back to the other side of this point and putting yourself out of the healing aura of the Lucio. That being said, no one can really kill you right here. So I think you're totally fine to go in like this. And by not charging the rocket punch all the way, you made sure that your momentum kind of stopped, which is good. And now you can put in that damage on the Moira. You use your power block to hopefully get the charged up punch again. Unfortunately, it didn't charge it all the way. And now you're just applying that pressure, right? And the pressure of a Doomfist is unlike other tanks, because the more aggressive he gets, the more tanky he gets, which is not like something that happens with other tanks. Except for the Mauga inside of his cardiac overdrive, and that is literally the only other tank that gets tankier the more aggressive he is. So with this pressure that you're putting on them, you're forcing them to split up. You're keeping their support away from their tank, and while your DPS are back there, they were eliminating the Mauga on their team. So their push is now over, and they have lost this point. And you can see that their Moira went down. You are now here against their Genji with the Lucio, and the Genji and the Kiriko just need to back up, or else, right? And this is the end of Kiriko if she doesn't get out of the way. And there it is. Like, you were able to rocket punch directly into her while she had no hit points. She had very fast reaction speed, getting out of there and using her teleport. But that being said, as soon as she got over there, she was left completely vulnerable. And because she wasn't able to get onto any high ground, although you saw her kind of climbing the wall there, she was directly in the line of your rocket punch. And right now, you don't even need to kill Genji. You can just leave Genji alone. And you go ahead and you take him out anyway. Again, with your Lucio here, there wasn't really any danger to you. The Genji just simply doesn't have enough damage output. Between your abilities giving you additional hit points and Lucio's healing aura, he just doesn't have enough damage output to actually kill you. With the Mauga back here, and his one support is staggered, you can see his Kiriko still respawning. His Moira is back there, and she could fade over to him and put some healing onto him. But if you guys aggress onto this Mauga, you can further stagger their team, and getting the kill on him will actually significantly increase how much time you guys have while you have taken the point. And the Mauga knows that, so he's going to back up so that he doesn't die. Right, and you do the thing that I want all tanks to take note of. You turn around and look and see where your team is before you go and you aggress too far out of the range of your support players. And you turn around, you see that Lucio is there, you see that Kiriko is right behind him, you see that your Genji and your Reaper are with you, and this is the moment where you know, okay, I'm safe to dive. And that's a pro tank move that a lot of people never think about. They don't look behind them, and then they put themselves into positions where they die. That's exactly what you want to see, right? So you know their spawn is over there, so you're playing it cautious. You're making sure that everything is off cooldown before you go. And now you're going to power block and get that rocket punch charged up. And so it depends on who kind of moves forward right now, because if you hit this Moira, you could kill her with the charged up rocket punch. But if you hit this Mauga, you can force him all the way back and back up the whole enemy push. Again, buying yourself more time for the objective. So it's kind of up in the air, right? And you're going to use it to get out of there, which is smart, because you may have taken too much damage and ended up dying for it. I just want to see this Kiriko skin. I've never seen that one before. That's really cool. I must have missed this, whatever season this came out in. Is this the same season that the Ana Omnic skin came out in? Because that looks super dope. All right, so right now you are holding the choke right now for your team. And with the Reaper here, the enemy is putting themselves in a very dangerous position, because with Reaper about to come up behind them, this amount of damage onto a Kiriko or onto a Mauga, when combined with your actual damage output, and even like to a lesser extent, the damage output of the Genji, this puts them in a very, very scary place, because the DPS passive is going to be active, so this Kiriko is going to have less healing overall. Also, this Mauga, when he uses Cardiac Overdrive, also going to have less healing overall, so the odds of them being able to sustain through the amount of damage that you guys are putting out is very low. Right, and the Kiriko goes down, you can see their Tracer is down, and just like I said, that Reaper is just able to put in so much pressure, and because you are so scary as the tank, as Doomfist, you're relentlessly coming at them. Because of that, like, they can't look at Reaper right now, they don't have time to look at Reaper, and you are just letting Reaper do what he does best, for free, basically. Free value. And that was really, really strong on your part with the, you see your Genji is popping ultimate right now, but you rocket punched into their Genji, and then you dove, and mid-dive animation turned around and forced yourself into a power position behind him, where their enemy Genji had to think about what he wanted to do, because you're behind him and your Genji is in front of him using Dragon Blade, and that kind of puts him in a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. The only thing he could have done to have gotten out of that would have been to have dove up and out of the way of both of you, but even then he would have just fell directly back into you guys. Yuri says, if the battle goes out of the objective, the match can get interesting because of the environment. Smart what you're seeing. Yeah, definitely. And they're already down 1 point, right? So the amount of time that they stagger them off of the objective right now is buying them so much power inside of the match and so much leeway. The longer they keep them off of the objective, the less likely it is that this team will get to come back from this. And so, like, everyone is dead now on the enemy team. Everyone has died. You see, every single person is respawning except for the tank. And Mauga, right now, with a pair of pants that are full of shit, is going to try and charge out of here. But there's no way that he has the mobility with just his single mobility ability to get out of this spot before you, as Doomfist and Genji, come in and actually destroy him. And, like, even if he were to get away from you guys somehow, Lucio could just speed boost you guys over to him. This Mauga's gonna get staggered, and he's gonna get staggered last, which means that the enemy has to wait even longer for them to be able to make an actual push from this point forward. Right, and you see him, he's trying to get out of there, but he's not going to. Bang, and that's that long stagger. Now 2 of his characters are alive, and they have to wait for his entire respawn timer to tick down before they get a chance to even leave the spawn. And you're going to use your rocket punch to get back out of there. You can see that your Reaper and your Genji are still in there right now, and they're not as fast as you, but in this moment they need to turn around and wait a second, because being in front of this spawn door is very much death for both of these characters. Neither one of them has the sustain to be able to live through 5 people standing in the immortality field of the spawn door and firing out at them, so they both need to leave. And you can see the Reaper uses Wraith Form to get back. You can see the Genji is backpedaling to get himself away from the line of sight of the spawn door. Very smart plays, and Reaper is going to stand there for a second. He's out of line of sight of the spawn door, and he's going to teleport away, or potentially just wait so that he can engage a target that comes out of the spawn, and it's called pinching, and pinch them from the back while you have the front. Hello there. Right, and you can see he's waiting. He's waiting for his moment. And he was crouched so that his movement didn't alert the enemy team with his loud Reaper boots. And right now, as the enemy team is coming out of the spawn, you know that you have the full force of your entire team behind you, and you're free to do whatever you want right now, right? So you're probably going to dive in, you're going to take some damage, you're going to charge up that rocket punch, and then it's going to be good game for more of the enemy. And here comes the charge. Ooh, that's scary, right? When the cage goes down, I'm not certain whether or not you will still get the additional hit points from Lucio's ultimate. And if you do, that's great. But this barrier, in theory, should be blocking the Lucio ultimate from being able to affect you, unless Lucio actually puts himself inside the cage. I'll be interested to see what happens. I'm just going to look at it from this perspective. Bang, and no. Okay, so it does block It does block the Lucio ult that would have saved you. You see, the Genji got it, Lucio got it, the Kiriko got it, and unfortunately, the barrier that creates when Mauga uses his ult was the thing that kept you there. I'm not even certain that you can Meteor Strike inside of the cage. And you go down. That's unfortunate, man. The Mauga using that is the only thing that could have stopped your mobility, though, and this buys his team time to be able to do something. Right now, though, he is still caged in for a few seconds, so we're going to watch it from this perspective here. Bang. Okay, so the cage is done. And they are now making their final push. You see your team is retreating back to the objective to make sure that they don't lose this point right at the end, right? Like, you never want to shit the bed right before you get the win here. So, your team is going to back up and hope for the best. You have only the Reaper ultimate to save your team right now, but no one knows that Reaper is there, right? Unfortunately, if we go over to Reaper, you can see actually how far away he is. So, and he's still waiting right now. So he sees that you go down, and he knows that at this moment, he needs to get a value Death Blossom, or you guys are going to lose this point. And with 95% for the enemy team, you can't afford to lose this point right now. So he has to very stealthily make his way over to the objective and destroy as many people as humanly possible. We're going to watch this from Reaper's perspective as you move forward here. Because you are just coming out of the spawn. And he's going for it. He's going for it right now. Let me just see where you are. You are all the way back still at the spawn, so I'm gonna play it from here, and we're gonna see what Reaper does. He's going, he needs to do it, right? And there it is. And unfortunately, they saw him, the Genji saw him before he was able to get in there and really do the thing. You are back, though, and with the overtime timer ticking down, you could potentially save this for your team with a value Meteor Strike. You're going to try and get the damage in where you can, and then you're going to Meteor Strike up into the sky. I would have Meteor Striked at that moment. Instead of, as soon as you hit Power Block, I would have Meteor Striked. And though that would have forced the timer to tick down even more, and your team is not here to be there with you, I would have wasted my ult, right? Because at that moment, at the same moment where you dove in, your Genji died, and you can see that your Kiriko, and your Lucio are also gone. So, you know, I would have wasted my ult right there, but I would have invested everything to have tried to save that point, because now you guys are going to be down too. And that sucks. But who knows, maybe you come back from this, right? Maybe you come back from this. I'm gonna leave it on you, actually, because we'll just see what happens when you spawn in with the next flashpoint spawning. I don't see any reason why I take it.
Meteor Strike.
This is an odd time to have used that. I'm not sure that I would have used it now. You have plenty of time before the next flashpoint comes in. Maybe you pressed the button and it didn't quite go off in that last fight. When you hit Power Block, maybe you did press Meteor Strike and it just didn't happen because of latency or something like that. And you were pissed off about it, so you pressed it right now. I don't know. I feel like that's an odd time to go in with this. So you used your dive to get up onto the rooftop there, and you are using the roof to stall so that you don't fall down directly in front of the Genji. That's good. And you cancel your rocket punch because you don't need to. And that was a very, very strong awareness. Your game sense is extremely, extremely high. So when you canceled your rocket punch, you saw the possibility for the kill on the Tracer, and you were able to perfectly dive up and hit the Tracer with your ability, and that is going to save you in this moment from the damage from this Mauga, and then you could just use his aggression to charge up your next rocket punch. But he decides he's going to go away. And now he's in this situation where he has to shoot you, and now you have forced his hand, which is going to let you charge your rocket punch. This was really smart play. Yeah, you didn't quite get the full rocket punch charge out of that, but you did get almost all of it, and you see that you are anti-healed in this scenario. So instead of using your punch to get aggressive right now, and since it's not all the way charged, it's time for you to dive out and get back to your team and just wait for this anti-heal to get out of there. Right, and that's exactly what you're going to do. You're out of the way. You're waiting for the heals to get back onto you. And you are on the point with your team. You can see that you now have a Torbjorn, which is maybe not the choice that I would have picked, but, you know, can be all right for defense. And you can hear them above you, so you flick to listen for where the Mauga is. And now you're up and you're engaging because you are full health. Oh man, dude, that sucks, bro. You got cleansed by your Kiriko. Thankfully, that is the one thing that can save you in the sleep anti-heal scenario. The Mauga could have waited a second, and then probably you would have died. But in that split second, you got the cleanse from the Kiriko, which is going to allow you the time that you needed to rocket punch out of there. But it hits the Mauga. That kind of sucks. So right now, you just need to get out of the way before Tracer gets on you and finishes off your 137 hit points. And you use that punch to generate some additional hit points for yourself, which is smart. And again, you're just breaking line of sight with her. Your Torbjorn is already down, so that sucks. And by getting aggressive right here, you definitely are going to die. The only thing that could have saved you in that moment would have been you missed this health pack, right? You were right next to it, and you could have backed up onto it, just waited a second, and your Kiriko would have healed you. But you were aggressively desperate to get this point and continue on with your relentless assault. You had a second, though. You had plenty of time to kind of back up onto this and just wait 1 second for that heal to come in for you. So that sucks. We're going to back it up to this point right here, and then we're going to watch as it kind of plays out. Your Kiriko will likely be able to teleport out of there. It's unlikely that she will die in this moment. Even with the Mauga charging in, the Lucio is getting close enough. You see Lucio is getting close enough, and your Ashe is now here. Everybody who is here right now needs to back out because you are in a 3v5 scenario again, and you don't want your team to be staggered. Especially, and there's that teleport that I was talking about, especially being down 2 points, you absolutely can't risk your team staggering at this moment. She uses the Suzu to get herself out of the way. Your Ashe, you can see, has an arrow in her chest. So, like, right now, and like 5% hit points. So right now, she needs to break line of sight and just accept the heals from her team and get herself up before it's too late. And she does. That's good. The Tracer is coming out trying to confirm the kill, but the Kiriko is here, and the headshot damage from the Kiriko plus a hipfire headshot from an Ashe is enough to finish off a Tracer. So she'll probably get peeled back off. Bang, and you see just how quickly that Tracer can die for overcommitting to the engagement. And while your Ashe was able to get the Ana in the backline, the Tracer going down means that this is now an even fight. It went from a 3v5 down to a 3v3 that quickly, and that's exactly what I was talking about with how quickly like a Tracer can die if she doesn't play her angles correctly. She had no business rushing out onto all three of these enemy characters. When you get into the higher... This is a lesson for everyone who's watching this who likes to overcommit to angles. When you get into the higher ELOs and the higher ranks of the game, people will not miss their shots, and you will get punished for stuff like this. So just cut those habits out now and stop yourself from getting your feelings hurt in the future. And the Mauga has aggressed out, but the Mauga is really just kind of a... alone, while he's alone, he is not really that threatening of a target. This is the more, arguably, right? This is the more threatening target than even Mauga himself, because this fucking thing will chase you around no matter where you are, and could potentially kill one of these squishy characters without ever having to aim it or do anything at all. Thankfully, the skill orb decides it's going to take a hike, and everybody is back. You are back. I'm going to go ahead and put this on you. So you're diving in, you are getting aggressive for your team here. It's time to kill this Hanzo. Just like in the earlier part of this game, this Hanzo needs to die immediately because the Hanzo is just as dangerous as the enemy Widowmaker was, and this is your most threatening target, way more than the tank, more than Tracer. This Hanzo needs to go, like, right now. Right, and there you go, and you just take that Hanzo out. You know exactly what to do. Your target priority is on point. And, okay, so with the Mauga getting this low, it's good to put the pressure on to continue pressuring him because your DPS are also damaging him right now. And with the DPS damaging him, this Moira is not or this Kiriko even is not going to be powerful enough to be able to. Is it Moira? I think it is Moira. Hang on. Are you Moira? Yeah, that's Moira's mythic skin. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was the Kiriko Omnic skin or not. But this Moira is not going to be powerful enough in heals per second to out HPS the DPS of your team. So, this Mauga goes down. Right? And there it goes.
I feel a
And now you can focus your attention on the Moira, who is like a harder target to pin down because her Fade is such a powerful evasion tool. You're gonna dive up onto her. Her Fade's on cooldown, so she can't get away from you at this moment. And you guys just eliminated her in like 1 second, so she didn't even have a chance to react. But you can hear Tracer's little submachine guns on the side over here, and you know that you want to continue on with your fight right now. Like, your team is down here, you're grabbing the point, you know, Torbjorn is here, and Kiriko is here. You've got 3 with you, so it's time to continue your aggression and kill this Tracer. And she grabbed the health pack, which is unfortunate. That Ana whiffed her sleep dart on you, which is great for you, because that could have been the end of your life right there. But now you just kind of be scary at this door, and Lucio needs to get the hell out of there because he could potentially be killed in like 1 shot from the Hanzo arrow. So like, Lucio needs to stop being here, and you can continue to be scary here at this door until you know, a few more seconds go by. So there's the anti-heal. You got teleported to and cured by Suzu. And again, the same thing with this Ashe that I was talking about with the Lucio. You need to get the hell out of here because you can be 1 hit in the head by the Hanzo arrow. So, like, you got to be cognizant of what you're doing and not overcommit to your angles. Thankfully, she didn't. But you can see Hanzo is right here. There he is, bro. And someone has an arrow in them right now. I guarantee. Look, that arrow is stuck in your butt cloth. So, like, he's there. He's on this angle that you guys are standing at. You are the only one who should be in this doorway right now. Right, and you're using the damage. You're using their damage to try and charge your rocket punch. And it doesn't quite get it, but... And now with the tank coming through, you know that the entire enemy team is going to end up being behind him, so it's time to wait down here. If you look underneath my camera, it's time to wait for your cooldowns to come off. So you can jiggle peek this corner, put in a little bit of damage with your primary fire, but you need to wait for this cooldown to come off because you need to stop them from getting to here, right? Because if they get to there, there's a good chance that you guys lose the game entirely, and you can't let that happen. So right now you need all of your cooldowns so that you can kill their squishies. And there you go. And you're doing exactly what I said. You waited a second for the additional cooldowns to come off. You see that the Kitsune is coming out right here. You are in there kind of alone, and you're kind of line of sighting your healers a little bit. So you want to be careful about that moment. But while you're guarding with the power block, you are charging up that rocket punch. And that rocket punch, if you eliminate one of their 2 supports, you potentially win this entire fight for your team, which means that you will win this point. And you got to dive out of there. This is very, very fast gameplay, so I'm pausing it a lot. In this moment, you have everything is on cooldown, so it's time to back up around this corner and use the corner here to accept some of this damage for you, and then just use your primary fire until your stuff comes off cooldown. Bang, and that's what you do. Good, and then you use your rocket punch to push them back into this narrow corridor, and again, you are just keeping them off of the point right now. You're at 99% to your ultimate, so as soon as you get this power block charged up, you're probably going to press ult, and then immediately drop down onto right here, or right here, to get either the kill on their Moira and their Hanzo, or their Ana, who is their main healer right now. Dang, and you get that heavy damage out. And right here, here comes the Meteor Strike. You get the heavy damage from the Rocket Punch. You are able to dive onto them and again put in even more damage. And while the Moira's Healing Orb is keeping them alive a little bit right now, your Lucio went down to the Hanzo arrow. So your sustain is now significantly lower than it was. And you can see the Tracer has made her way over to the point, which is indicated by this tiny little bit of red on top, which means that you need to do something very quickly to eliminate them from being able to move forward, because if you don't, then the Tracer will be down there and be able to take out your Torbjorn and your Kiriko before you're able to get back to them. So here comes the Meteor Strike. You're using it to ward off the doorway, and if they go towards the door and you land on top of them, you can just one-hit this Hanzo, and potentially this Moira if she gets close enough. And unfortunately, Hanzo moved out of the way. But you're going to get that kill, eliminating your main threat target. Your next main threat target is Ana, because she can anti-heal you or sleep you. Right, and you're just waiting. You're just waiting for your moment. And again, your target priority is so strong here. And because he was low health, you took out the Mauga. That's exactly what you needed to do. Also, with Bob on the point here, with the Molten Core on the point here, you guys are just out-ultimating the enemy team, and you win this. There's no chance that they take this back from you. Even with Tracer still alive, there's absolutely no shot that they get through this and are able to do anything. So you have put yourself up 1 point, and you're still in the fight now. Good. Doing good. The Moira is out of there. You don't need to worry about that. This is the point where you start spamming and they say chivalry is dead, and then you move on to the next point, right? So you're good. You use the dive, and you cancel the dive at the peak of your jump so that you don't have the hard descend, and you get to use that additional momentum. You're waiting for your team here, taking a sip of your drink, you know, wiping the sweat off your brow. And you can see that your team is coming forward, so you know that you're safe to move forward now. And you can also hear them coming from your right side. So, like, I know that you have a headset on, and I also know that you can hear the people that are on the enemy team over here right now. So, you're probably going to dive onto them. Well, maybe you don't have a headset on, but I heard them. Okay, so you're just, you're watching both doorways, you're looking for the priority target. And the Moira, the skill orb comes through, so you drop down and let the skill orb pass you by, using your dive to get back up onto the point. And you see Mauga is about to charge right now, and when Mauga charges, I don't think he can clear this gap, actually. So I potentially he just wastes his charge and, like, runs directly into this wall. That would be pretty funny. Maybe he can. Yeah, there we go. He can. Good for him. And right now, the entire enemy team got on you all at the same moment, right? So, the Mauga charged you. Ana, where is Ana? Where the hell even is Ana? Here she is. The Ana drops down and hit you with the anti-heal in that moment. And then the Hanzo is peeking your line of sight. The Moira using her skill orb. They are investing all of their resources at this moment at the same second to try and kill you because they know that you are the win condition, right? If the Doomfist goes down, then they can potentially take this point and win the game. And unfortunately, they are able to get you. Again, they used everything to get you down right there, right? And what killed you? The most damaging, dangerous enemy in the entire game. The fucking skill orb, bro. Alright, so we're gonna watch this from the top-down perspective as things kind of play out here on the point. You see there, Moira is utilizing the Kamehameha to potentially get some kills on your team, but it's not doing anything at all. So she's just gonna drop down and heal Mauga with it instead. Oh no, she's gonna go for it? She's gonna try and kill somebody, but there's not enough time left on it to actually do anything. There it is. Now she heals Mauga. And again, she just did kind of nothing. That was kind of a waste of her ultimate, but at least she used it. At least they got the point. You see, Torbjorn is over here in a 1v1 with their Ana. Or with their Moira, even. And this Torbjorn could potentially die if he misses the shots, but the Torb's right-click is so powerful that there's a good possibility that he just destroys this Moira before she has a chance to react to it. You see, Hanzo is already low hit points, and he's getting shot in his face by your Ashe. Ashe? Yeah, there she is. By your Ashe, and is probably... This is a fight that I would not want to be a part of, right? Like, it's a who has better accuracy moment here between the Ashe and the Hanzo, and your two supports are still alive. So if this Moira goes down, then the only one who will be left to support them is Ana, who is all the way back in the spawn right now. So, you know, there's a good chance that even though they invested all of those resources to kill you, that they still lose this point. And there it is, right? So, again, it came down to the accuracy moment. The Ashe has better accuracy. She eliminated the Tracer with a headshot. She body shot the Hanzo, and he died. Torbjorn followed up on the Moira with a melee, and she died. And now it's just poor Mauga standing here on the point, looking like a dumbass, charging onto the point, and then getting himself killed while his entire team dies around him. And there he goes. He's going to try and get out of there. But he used his charge in the wrong direction and ran into a wall. Clutch Mauga moment. If you guys don't punish him, that's a sad moment for you guys. But you are back, so I'm going to go ahead and put this back on you. And this is the moment where you punish him, right? You're not letting him get away. Absolutely not, dude. That's right. You were. Your target priority has been better. Your ability to dive in and out of fights has been better. No shot that this team, that this tank thinks that they are better than you at this moment. You are 100% the better tank. You're firing through the doorway just to hopefully get anybody who comes through. Utilizing your movement to put yourself where you think people might be coming. And there goes the skill orb again, floating by as if to mock you. And you can hear them coming through, so you do have a headset on. And you can hear them coming through right here, and you are getting ready to rocket punch directly into their area. You might even dive onto them first, and then power block just to charge the rocket punch. Yeah, there's the dive, and you use the rocket punch to get back out of there. You're just being scary, right? Being scary as long as you can. And you can also see that their tank has swapped over to a Roadhog at this moment to hopefully hook you and get the kill on you, because if he can stop your mobility, he thinks, hey, you know what, maybe I'll potentially get to win this point here. But again, you're just being scary at the doors, you're keeping them at bay. And now you see that the Tracer is on the side, and you also see that the Hog is about to come up onto the point right here. So it's time to make a choice, right? Like, who do I kill? You need to kill the Ana, because she is the most important, scariest target for you at this moment. Hanzo is not peeking the doorway, so you don't have to worry about him. But if this Ana goes down, their fight falls apart. Again, you're just being scary. Being scary, being evasive. You're getting that damage in on the Hog. And with Bob coming out right now, their potential for a push is significantly lessened, right? Like, if they peek at all, Bob is going to mow them, and with the additional damage from you, they could just die in like 1 second to Bob plus you. That being said, the Ana is right here, and I don't think she has line of sight on Bob, but if she did, she could just sleep dart Bob. So, you know, she could eliminate that ultimate immediately. And you get hooked right there. And you waited for a heal that never came, and that is unfortunate. That is a sad moment for you guys. Your Kiriko was busy healing up your Ashe. At that moment, she had a second to heal you, and that desperately needed to go out to you, because again, you are the win condition right here. So you're able to get the Ana down, which, like I said, that's your scariest target, right? And with the anti-heal on you, I think right now you should Meteor Strike, potentially, to get up and out of the way so that you don't get killed by Roadhog. But with Power Block active, it's unlikely that you will get killed anyway. Right, so you get out of there. You get cleansed by your Kiriko. That was not necessary. You had already won the fight at that moment. There's no reason to use the Kitsune Rush. That's, you know, it's okay. Yes, she wasted her ultimate, but you still have yours, you still have Lucio's, and you guys are going to be good to go for this next point. You can see that Torbjorn is also charging his ult. I can't see if you're pulling up the scoreboard, but presumably you know that a Molten Core is about to be on deck. And you can hear the Sojourn moving from over here. So at this moment, you can push yourself forward and then rocket punch her back. And she waited. That was smart on her part. She didn't keep aggressing on you while your power block was active. And you're just moving faster than she's thinking, right? There's nothing that she can do to get away from you at that moment. She used her movement ability, and that's all she's got, right? After that, she can just walk. This is very strong Doom gameplay. You are getting a little bit too aggressive right now. As the point continues on, right? Like, you're positioning yourself in a place where you want to be to fight out this final point. But that being said, you want to stay with some of your teammates. You can see that your team is completely scattered right now. You got your Kiriko is over here. Your Genji, who is that over there? Someone is coming back from the spawn. You got Torb and Ashe are over here. That's Lucio over there. So you guys are completely spread out at this moment. And right now, you don't want to come into the face of the enemy. So I would potentially hang back. Again, you are faster than your team, so you need to compensate for the fact that you are faster than them by making sure that you get back with them, which I think you will do right here with Torbjorn and Ashe. Smart, smart. And you're blocking off the doorway, so Tracer, who was waiting for a chance to feast, right? Like, she heard food coming her way, and she was waiting for it, right? Okay, so it's actually Kiriko and Ashe, and that's Torbjorn over there. But anyway, you're doing good. That was a good blocking the doorway. Now you have teammates with you. Now you don't have to worry. There's Torb, so he's already on the point. You can see Mauga is alone right now, and you looked for that moment where you could potentially rocket punch Mauga off the map, because with him standing right here, he's in a perfect place to instantly die to that damage right there. I even looked down in real life. Red team's lack of group up makes it a little easier against DPS. 100%. The red team not being together, and again, like, they have only gotten together in the points where the Doomfist team was eliminated. That was the only time they were all together for their fights. Essentially, they have been trying to 3v5 or 3v3 or whatever, like, this entire game. And while it worked for them at the beginning, their lack of coordination is starting to show. And you can see, you know, there's 4 people here on this point already. So the odds of them being able to do anything, and the Ashe is here too. She's about to come in too. So it's about to be 5 versus 2 right now. And they're going to pay the price for that. 5 versus 3 even. Right, so now, you know this is the target that needs to die. As nice as it would be to put pressure on this Mauga, you can safely ignore him, because once you bait out this sleep dart, you are good to dive, right? And then the only thing you'll have to worry about is the immortality field, and you should be able to kill this Ana before she becomes a real threat to you. You're just waiting for that sleep dart. And you heard it, so now it's time to go in. Kaboom, and the Ana is dead. That is, like I said, 100% the priority target. Most dangerous target for you. And now, you can dive onto this Bap, you can kill this Sojourn, and then eventually you can kill this Mauga, although he might just die from the incidental damage of everybody kind of trying to fight everyone else. And he does. And you guys just absolutely decimate them. You know, your Ashe takes out Mauga, you take out, you take out Sojourn right here, and the Lucio is able to, with the help of your damage, kill the Baptiste, and their entire push is over, dude. And that Tracer is in here alone now. It went from potentially moving up to her entire team to just everyone being dead all at the same time. And you saw her use recall, so now it's time to get aggressive on Tracer, because you know she can't get away. No, that's it, Tracer. Back to the spawn. And now you're gonna reposition here. You don't want to get too aggressive at their spawn door, right? Because this is your moment to win this game. You have the control over the point, you have the positional advantages. You need to make sure that your team is coming with you as you dive out, and you can see that only Ashe and Lucio are close enough to come with you. You need Torbjorn to be back here so that he can use Molten Core if they do make it to the point, and you need your Kiriko to come out with you so that you can potentially aggress on the enemy. But I would not recommend going past, like, this corner right here. And if you were here for yesterday's breakdown, I talked about how the entire game is like a long lane and a corner, and then a long lane and a corner. This is your corner, and this is where you win the game right here, right? That's their spawn. If you go down this long lane, you put yourself into a bad place. But if you stay here, and you can also utilize this as one of your corners, if you stay here, you're going to be good to go. You did not do the thing where you turn around and you look to make sure that your team is with you. But you're not getting too aggressive with it. You're getting back. You dove back to your team. That's the right thing to do. Smart. You can see that you are burning. You hear Lucio say, let's get some healing beats going, so you know that the healing aura is up, and it will help with that burning damage. But that being said, you know he's not amping it up. Right, and you're utilizing your abilities to generate additional hit points for yourself, which is going to give you a larger buffer as they come in for the team fight, but you're not getting too aggressive, so when you hit them with the dive, then you immediately turn and rocket punch out of there, which is going to save you and continue to build up your green temporary hit points on the bar here. Dang, and you see that this guy is getting low health, the Mauga is getting low, and you know that even though there's a Junkrat on the other side of this wall, if you punch him into this wall, he's going to go very, very, very low into his hit point pool, which will force them back. Right, and you're baiting it, And again, like, you are low health. You're too low health to dive in there. Storm, what's going on? How are you? How's life? We are reviewing a Doomfist gameplay today. A very, very high-level Doomfist gameplay at that. This guy's movement has been on point, and it's been really fun to watch so far. We're nearing the end of the game here. So this is the moment. The enemy team needs to figure out what to do, and the only thing that they can do is kill you with a pulse bomb and nano boost the Malga. That's the only way that they can win this right now. They don't have enough actual damage to make it through this. And even if they pulse bomb you, there's the potential that Lucio can drop the beat and save you anyway, or you could just power block through it. I actually think you guys are gonna win this. Yep, and with that Malga going down, it's 82%. That was the end of their push. This might be the end right here. And you heard that Ana just wasted her sleep dart, so you know what it's time to do, baby. Excuse me, Ana. I've got a nice deal I'd like you to hear about. It's the respawn screen, bitch. Yeah, it's over, dude. It's over, man. Like, when that Malga went down, when he threw his life away, that was the end, right? Like, he line of sighted his heals, he got out of the way of his support characters. The only person that could have kept him alive through your damage is the Ana, and she could have sleep darted you and potentially saved him. Never once should he have been alone trying to fight you. That's what they get, bro. That's what they get. That was incredibly high-level Doomfist gameplay. Your movement was some of the slickest Doom... Your movement was some of the slickest Doom movement I have ever seen. You are exactly the type of Doomfist tank that I would love to have on my teams. You're like a one in a million Doomfist player. You were incredibly intelligent about your target priority, very, very fast with how you reacted to new targets coming into your view, with new threats coming into your line of sight. You were incredibly intelligent with the way that you canceled your dive to maintain your momentum without having the hard descent. There's so much that I can comment here. But in reality, what it comes down to is just, you just know this character. You know the ins, you know the outs, you know the places to be. I would hazard to guess that this is probably your favorite character in all of Overwatch, and that you have just put in an absurd amount of hours into Doomfist to understand his kit at this level. I'm very impressed. You did really well. Thank you to Zach for sending me this gameplay, and I want to say thank you to you for allowing me to review your stuff. This was awesome, dude. I had a great time. All right, so yeah, Doom is very dynamic, and the thing about Doomfist that a lot of people don't realize is that he is like the worst tank in the entire game, unless you are at the level of the Doom that I just reviewed. Like, that is the only person who should be playing Doomfist. That is like if you have that aptitude, if you can learn to that extent, right? That is the only time you should really play Doom. Otherwise, there are simply better tanks that can do less and get more value out of the character. Like Malga, like Roadhog even. And Roadhog isn't even that good of a tank, but he can just get more value with the hook one-shot combo than a Doomfist can. The Doom has to be incredibly intentional with all of his decisions, and if he isn't, he's going to pay the price with his life. And most of the time, you're going to find that Doomfist just end up being dead. They dive in, and they overcommit to the angle, and then they didn't wait for their cooldowns for that extra second, or they don't have the primary fire built back up yet, and then they just die. And then that is like the worst possible tank that you can play if you are new to tanking. Like, you need a ridiculously high game sense. You need a ridiculously high understanding of the mechanics inside of Overwatch. You need to know what every single character does, why they are dangerous to you or not. And in doing so, you can potentially make yourself like a god at the highest, arguably the highest skill ceiling character in the entire game. Doom needs to do it all, otherwise there are simply better options than him, right? And that was amazing. That was awesome, dude. I had so much fun with that. Thank you for sending that to me. So now we're at the gameplay portion of today's stream, and today I just wanted to focus on DPS that apply the highest amount of pressure to the enemy. And while I may not play at the level of that Doomfist, because that dude drank 2 Red Bulls and had some coffee before that game, like he was at that level of speed, right? I can show you guys the pressure that can be applied to the enemy team with certain characters, assuming you get the support necessary to keep yourself alive. I'm specifically going to be focusing on the damage roll today, and we're going to be playing a lot of Sojourn, because if, like Doomfist, if you can hit your shots, if you are an incredibly high skill ceiling person who can spend the time learning the character and like investing the time into actually being good at a character, Sojourn is potentially the highest reward, the highest value that you can get out of investing time into a damage character, assuming you can get your support characters to actually heal you, because she has very low hit points. Her mobility is a little bit on the less active side compared to like a Tracer or like an Echo or a Pharah. The Sojourn has to be intentional with what she does, but because of the railgun and the amount of damage that the railgun actually puts out, she can be ridiculously value-based, assuming you can hit those headshots. So I'm going to be diving in and doing my best to show that off here today, and then we will swap to some other characters should the need arise for it. There are some other ones that can also put out extremely high pressure, like a Sojourn, but in general, that is going to be, if you're a DPS player and you want to learn the character, like if there's one character you want to invest your time into, that's the one I would recommend, because she has the most bang for your buck potential, and the more you invest into her, the more you understand what she can do, and the more you hit your shots, the more easily you will be able to kind of eke the extreme value end of the spectrum out of that character. By the way, I submitted another Mercy gameplay implementing your suggestions from yesterday. Hell yeah. I can't wait to look at it. I'll review that one tomorrow then. That gives me something to do for tomorrow's show. And again, thank you, Storm, for sending your gameplay in. I want to make sure that you know that when I speak in these reviews, if I come off as an asshole, I apologize. It's only because I can see all of the things that are happening, and I can pause it, and I can think, I can make decisions, like I can make calls that are based on the most amount of information possible inside of the space, right? Like, I'm not doing this in the heat of battle. So and I want to stress that we all make mistakes. No one is perfect. Even I make mistakes all the time. My gameplay is riddled with mistakes. I'm just better at talking like I didn't make a mistake, right? Like, I'm just better at saying what I was thinking, whether it panned out or not. Like, I can speak it out loud as though, and then you can understand why, whether it worked or not, right? Like, but we all make mistakes. Even pro players make a ton of mistakes in every single game that they play. This is the reason why we review footage, right? And you think about, like, professional athletes, all of them, every single one of them, every team across every, sport, they all review their own footage so that they can look back and understand what they are good at, what they are bad at, and how they could improve their gameplay. So this is like the most important part of getting better at anything, is to watch how you do it so that you know where your strengths and weaknesses are. So, my wife says that sometimes I can be a little bit mean. I want to stress that I am not trying to be mean, and that all of this is done through the aim of making you and everybody who sends in their gameplay, making you a more aware player, a better player, so that you can make the right choices in the future. And like, also, I just love doing this shit, man. So I could just talk forever. If you haven't noticed, I could literally sit here and talk forever. So thank you again, and I will be. Let me just make sure that I got it so that I can see here. I do have it. All right, so we're good to go for that, and I'm looking forward to checking that out tomorrow. And I just want to make sure that we're still good on the back end here. My camera hasn't froze or anything right now. We're good. Good. All right, cool. So again, we're going to be diving in and getting our DPS on today. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee because I am actually very out of breath right now. I'm also very excited. I keep getting YouTube notifications that someone has gone live, and I literally had to swipe off 3 notifications that someone went live. Like, what went wrong, dude? Like, what happened with your setup? Like, did you have to shut it off and turn it back on 3 times? Didn't think you were being mean at all. I think you were suggesting how to play optimally. Okay, cool. Because, sometimes it can be taken the wrong way, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. That's never the goal, right? I never want to be a jerk. I'm just naturally an asshole, right? So, like, the things that I say come off like I'm a jerk, but in reality, I'm trying to help. You know how it is, right? I'm sure you have friends like that, or maybe you're like that yourself. Alright, so we're here on New Queen Street. We have an Ana. Again, I'm going to lock in with Sojourn pick. What are the chances that we end up getting to play Sojourn on the map that is in the thumbnail in the very first game of the gameplay segment of this show? What are the shots? So, waiting to see what everybody picks. Zen. This is not my favorite. That's better. That's better. The thing about Ana with Zen, right, is that Zen is really good at killing things, not so good at healing things. Ana is really good at healing things, but you need to be, like, right in front of her. Your positioning has to be kind of playing around Ana, whereas a Moira can kind of fade over to you if you get into a situation where you are kind of overextending, right? We have a Roadhog tank now. I'm a very blunt person, too, so understand how you can be taken incorrectly. Yeah, of course. Thank God, right? Some people are very soft, and I can sound like a real douche to people like that, unintentionally. I'm kind of keeping an eye on this side angle, just seeing if anybody comes through. We see that they have a Doom right now, so I'm going to drop down. We also see that they have a Sojourn, so I got to be careful about the Sojourn. This Doom is going to be diving me quite a bit here, so I got to be careful about him. Just going to throw the Disruptor shot onto the robot there, charging up the Railgun, and I missed that shot there. This Ashe is on me, and I'm just going to press Q, and I'm going to hopefully get the support that I need from my team. And there's the Doom on top of me, and I think my team's support players were already dead. I don't know where Moira is, but she certainly wasn't healing me, bro.
What am I missing?
That's unfortunate, right? This is the thing about playing Sojourn, like I said. Flo, what's going on, dude? The thing about playing Sojourn, like I said, is that she can be incredibly valuable, but she needs to be supported. When you start taking damage, she has to be healed up, because I can put out a ridiculous amount of DPS if I have the people on my team that are enabling me to do so. Just kind of getting out of the way here. I am trying not to get killed by this meteor strike. I am burning pretty heavily here. I would like a heal. I don't want to press I need healing too much, but at the same time, I do need healing, bro. Yeah, Moira, can you stop with the fucking damage beam and drop the heal on me, please? Jesus Christ. So I'm just not going to get it. And you see I'm going to get killed by this Sombra unless I'm able to kill her. Thankfully, I know how to hit a headshot. Right, and it's at this moment that we need to get aggressive onto their support players. We don't need to be fucking with this Doom Fist anymore. So we're just going to take him out. We see that the healing pylon is over here. We're just going to make sure that that goes down. I'm going to put that damage in on their Illari and make sure that we can push forward here without having to worry about the support players potentially keeping someone alive. And again, we're just going to take this Sombra out of the fight here. We're just going to dive out of the way of this Moira. We want the railgun to be charged up. We need this health pack. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get it. So what I am going to do is just kind of dive back onto my team. We have Moira behind us. My mic wasn't on. We have Moira behind us. And I have... Bob is on my ass right now. And the Sombra is on my ass right now. And I'm just going to put this right there. I am going to die to this. I'm not getting the heals that I need to stay alive. And that's totally fine. You know, they needed to support Roadhog or whatever at that moment. But it does kind of suck. Also, our Moira was dead, so... Zen can only do so much. Oh, we have a Brig now. So the Zen decided he was going to swap over to play Brig. That's why I play Soldier over Sojourn. He's more self-sufficient. Yeah, I do like Soldier a lot. His burst potential is a lot lower. He is a damage over time hero. And there's nothing wrong with a damage over time hero. But at the same time, I like the high impact of a Sojourn. And again, it requires me to be supported in the way that I need to be, though. And, like, right now, I'm about to die to this Doom Fist because I need a heal. and this Doom knows that it's time for him to go. I don't know what the person on my team just said, because I'm busy talking too loud to be able to hear them. I'm kind of jiggle peeking this corner right now, and we're just going to aggress with our Roadhog, and I'm going to put that damage in over on the Ashe over there. And time for me to kill this Mercy. Oh, I missed. Damn it. Just gonna... Please, anyone? There we go. Most important that Mercy dies. Right, and then I can just kind of kill off this Sojourn, or this Illari. You can see I jumped a little bit, because I really, really did not want to miss that shot.
Stay behind to save the backline. I mean, I don't need a Tracer and the Hacker jumping in.
Can one DPS stay behind to save the backline? Okay, well, if the backline will save me, then I will stay behind, right? Like, but I need you guys to actually be doing the things, because I was the one who killed the Mercy. I'm gonna stay with the Moira. We'll see if the Moira can figure it out here. I'm getting hacked by Sombra at this moment. So the Moira is here with me. She peeled a little bit for me. And I missed my railgun, so I'm just gonna back off. And we're just gonna kill this, Sombra. I missed, but that's okay. Again, we're just putting that damage in. And in doing so, I'm going to show the Moira that she can be confident with me. We're going to get that kill on that Illari. And we're going to kill this Mercy. No, I'm not letting you get away. I'm sorry. And with the help of the Moira, I was able to get the kill on that Ashe. And we are pushing forward here. We have the... Doomfist is getting extremely, extremely aggressive with our team. He better hope that he has all of his shit in a row. All his ducks are in a row right now. And now I just need to make sure that this Mercy does not res this Doom, right? So we're just not going to allow that to happen. Not a chance, dude. Not a shot. And I'm staying with the Moira right now to make sure that the Moira stays alive. The Moira is the one who asked that I would stay with her. And in doing so, I'm going to get the heals that I need to actually be me, right? And if I can't get the support, then I can't actually win the game for us. So I need for our team to be in the places where I need them to be. Again, I'm just getting over with the team here. I don't want to be in a place where I am dead. I am sunstruck at this moment, so I absolutely need to get out of the way. And I could just deter that Ashe from doing what she does. I'm going to press Q, and I'm just going to get up into this high ground position, which is going to save me from getting killed as we move forward here. We can see that the Ashe is right on the other side of this wall, and so is the Mercy. I'm going to wait for the Mercy to kind of get into view, and then I will pop my ult. And I need Doom to get the hell off me, so I'm just going to ward him off with this. And again, I'm going to try and save the... You can see the Doom has figured out that I am the win condition right now, right? So he's going to Meteor Strike me, and there's nothing I can do about this unless I get the heal that I need. Yeah, no, it's unfortunate. But, like, they're just not playing at a fast enough pace to be able to do the things that I need them to do. I know they...
Ping when somebody is in the backline.
Yeah, dude, I'm doing my best to be with you and try and save you. So I want to be nice to this Mercy, or I want to be nice to this Moira, right? But at the same time, this Moira is kind of... We gotta go. This Moira is not playing at the speed that I'm playing at. That's her fault. And the Mercy is on that Ashe, so me fighting this out, there's no reason for me to fight this out right now. Just getting aggressive with that Sombra shows her that she can't just hack me and get away with it. Just gonna kind of put the damage around here, waiting for this Moira to spawn in. And again, we're just making sure that we are scarier than their team. It's sad that I wasted my ultimate, but it is what it is. I can't get away from this. I need heals. I need heals, bro. I need to be supported, or I can't be who I am out damaging their whole team. Isn't Sojourn better off angling instead of peeling? Yeah, potentially, but if the Moira is dead, then I can't get the heals that I need, right? So, unfortunately, their team is just gonna win this, right? They're probably going to win this. There's only so much that I can do in terms of stopping them. You see that the Sombra is here right now. I'm gonna get killed again. I should have dove over there, but realistically, I'd like to just get out of this game and move on to a different game where hopefully the Moira can maybe pay more attention to who is around her instead of worrying about damaging so much. I appreciate what she wants to do in holding the damage beam out, right? But when there's someone like me who is moving faster than the enemy team is, you keep them alive, right? Like, and you see she's doing it right now. Like, that was her moment. Like, I told her it's time to get back. That was the moment that I said we need to go. And she stayed in there to 1v1 the Ashe. You, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, come on, man. You can see she has a low endorsement level. She probably sees the videos of Moira's dealing a whole bunch of damage, and she thinks, oh man, dude, you know what? That's gonna be me. That's gonna be me. And like the tank was not prepared to deal with a Doomfist, so it is what it is. Flo says, going all right, got my PC looked at. It's probably a hardware fault causing my issues, which sucks, because I can't send it in for repairs, but I need the thing. Do you know, okay, so Flo, one thing you can do when you're playing is you can hit Control-Alt-Delete, and you can pull up your task manager, and inside of the task manager, I'm doing this right now, so if the sound cuts out, that's what's going on. Inside of your task manager, you can keep that up, and you can look at your performance tab, and your performance tab will be able to show you the temperature on your GPU, and then you'll be able to also see the load on your CPU, and that way you can see whether or not it's like a graphics card problem, or if it's like a processor problem. And if it's a processor problem, then you probably just need some thermal paste, which I happen to have on my desk because I'm a huge fucking nerd. You probably just need some thermal paste, and then you just like take your fan off and you clean off your processor, and then you apply a new thing of thermal paste, and that should help a lot with your overheating issue. Hope you're feeling well after your surgery. Hey, thanks, Storm. It's been, so this is one of those surgeries that just takes a really long time to heal up from. I had double lung surgery, so I had one, and then like a couple weeks later, I had another one. And it's like it's a 2-month recovery, they say, but I had like particularly rough lungs, apparently. So it's been the 2 months, but I still have all this like nerve damage in my chest, and like it's, it is what it is. It makes it difficult to, like, wearing a shirt hurts. Like, it's super dumb. The amount of damage that gets done during the surgery feels like it might not, like, I almost would have rather have died, right? Like, because it's been like 100-something days, but you know what it is, you either do it or you die, right? So, like, I didn't really have a choice in the matter. So, but yeah, dude, I appreciate it, man. Doing my best to just do what I can, since my options are limited, right? Like my ability to work in a regular job is more limited now than it's ever been, unfortunately. So I just do this, and I hope for the best. Because what I can do, I can talk. I can still talk, even though my lung capacity is a little bit less than it was before. I don't have to move around too much at this job, which is good for me. Because that puts me in a position where I don't feel so good. So I'm gonna use my movement ability to get me up here. Just gonna start punching out these banisters and railings and stuff. Ah, that sounds like my kid, dude. Just gonna get all these out of the way. Got their team is spawning in here in a second. I want as many of these out of my face as possible. And now we're going to take this high ground position. Realistically, this is where everyone should be, right? So we see that they have a D.Va. We see they have a Hanzo. So the Hanzo is going to be the one that I need to worry about the most. They also have a Genji. Ideally, I'll be able to get out of the way here. I think their tank from the last game is the Genji on the other team. So that's something. We'll see if his... I'm sure he will be very interested in dueling me over and over again. If there's one thing I know about Genji, it's that he wants to take the fight from you. I'm gonna stand in front of this healing pylon and hope that it gets me. Okay, so I am good now. I don't want to take a couple of headshots from Genji and end up dying straight away, right? And I was able to kill that D.Va before her mech came all the way down and she was able to get back into it, so that's good for me. I got the headshot there on that Hanzo, or the body shot even on that Hanzo, and I'm waiting for Genji to jump up here. I would expect that when he sees me, he will jump up right into my face. See, the Discord orb is on me. They understand what needs to happen for them to win. I'm going to jump over to this, and then I'm going to fire out the disruptor shot so that I can take this D.Va out of mech again, right? And when the D.Va's out of mech, she is basically useless. And now that the Hanzo has line of sight on me, I'm just going to break line of sight with him. I'm going to wait to see if anybody comes through while I stand kind of in the way of this healing pylon. And I'm watching my hit points to make sure that I don't die here. I'm going to use this disruptor shot to charge up a bunch of ultimate. And that is able to get me a bunch of charge there and also ward off this spot between the bus and the wall. And again, I'm just keeping my railgun charged, trying to make sure that if ever there is an opportunity to snag a kill, that I am able to do it. And I need people to be a little bit lower health before I actually go in there. With the Ramatra here, the Ramatra is a higher health target than the D.Va, so I have to be more careful about what I do. I see that our Sombra just went down, so they are about to get aggressive on our team. I need to take some of them down to make sure that they don't get a chance to push forward here for free. I'm going to put this on top of the bus and force Genji kind of out of his position where he is happy. I don't want him to be in a comfortable spot there. I could put that heavy damage in on that Zenyatta. And again, I'm using my movement ability to back up and take myself over to the next bridge there. And I'm putting this big damage into this ram. I'm going to back all the way up there. And we're just going to take this Genji out. He's got no HP. Oh my god, dude. Come on, man. Somebody couldn't put 1 damage in on him? Come on, bro. He had 2 hit points. Good for him. Good for him, dude. He got a value ultimate out of the way there. Our tank is dead. I don't know that D.Va is necessarily the tank to be playing in this meta. I actually think D.Va's a pretty weak tank right now. But we lose this point, so we're just going to take the high ground position. We're going to put ourselves in the best possible place. Start clearing out these railings. Yeah, 1 day at a time. Exactly, bro. Exactly. I'm doing my best to, to get back to 100%. There are days where it's like, am I ever going to be well again? You know? I'm sure everybody feels like that after surgery, though. I'm sure it's not just me. I need to be careful about this Hanzo. A single shot from this Hanzo could realistically kill me. So I need to not be in his line of sight too much. And I'm just going to fire this railgun down into them a little bit, trying to put the damage in. It'd be crazy if I was able to get that Hanzo from here, right? The Genji wants to challenge me, and I'm just going to show him that he absolutely has made a mistake. See you later, friend. And I'm going to get up over onto this spot here so that I can utilize this window and put the damage in from over on the side here. With my ultimate down, I need to utilize my disruptor shot a little bit more so that I can charge my ult. We're just going to kill that Hanzo. I'm going to back up, back onto the high ground position that I was at before. We see that they have now swapped tanks over to an Orisa. And we know that this tank is not confident, right? Because this is the second time that the tank has swapped characters. So now I know that the tank will be in positions that the tank shouldn't be in, so I can utilize that to exploit her. And because she swaps characters so often, I know that she doesn't know how to play Overwatch because she hasn't... thus far, she has not picked a character that is actually good against D.Va. So I don't have to worry about her too much, and I know that by eliminating their tank, I can severely lessen the potential of them being a threat to me. Right now, they are getting too aggressive. That is their spawn door, kind of, that they're standing in front of. And while my team is alive, we don't have super strong healing characters to keep them up should the situation go awry, right? So we got to be careful about that. With the Kitsune guiding them, I'm going to go ahead and drop down into this, right? And we're just going to eliminate their Illari again. We're going to take the fight to their Genji. I'm just going to kill him. I'm going to show him that it's not time for him to play. And now I'm going to get back up into my high ground position and continue fighting from where I was before. This is a smart move on our part to have used the Kitsune Rush right there, because we can always just get another one pretty quickly. Again, I'm going to use my movement ability to get back onto this roof here. We have our D.Va is back inside of a mech, and I am just kind of warding them off in the position where I can be pretty much completely safe from them and continue forward. You see that they're... my hand moved. Well, that's unfortunate. My team is dead, right? So this Genji's going to try and come for it. And have I got something for him should he decide that I am the target he wants to go for? Have I got something for you, Genj? It's this. He's got the healing orb from his Zenyatta on him. And with the Hanzo here, I need to back off, right? So that is, that's unfortunate. My team, the Kiriko was right behind me. And if you watch how long I was low health, you can see I'm low health this whole time. What's Kiriko doing? Throwing fucking kunai, bro.
Recalculating.
Throwing a kunai. And, like, that shit, nothing makes me more angry than not being able to get a heal when I am playing DPS, dude. Like, just heal me. I am the one who should be DPSing, not you. Not that I don't think support players should utilize their DPS, but I don't think they should utilize them when there is anyone to heal. If there's any person that you could heal right now, stop throwing your DPS. You're wasting time. Like, it's, like, I shouldn't get that upset about it, but you know how it is, man. Like, if you just enable me, we'll win the game. As arrogant and conceited as that kind of sounds. Genji lost. Sorry, Genj. You didn't make it there in time, dude. But it's the truth, right? Like, if you enable your DPS to do what they're good at, you, as the support player, will get more value out of the things that they need to do. That's a cool Illari skin. I like that one a lot. Especially because it has the moon on the, I don't know if you knew this, but I am a sucker for anything that has a moon on it. So, that would be the Illari skin that I would want, were I to play that character. That was cool, man. That was cool. That was a good game. Solid game. Everyone on my team did really well. I'm gonna give the endorsement to the 2 people who are a 3 endorsement level over here. And you can see, if we look at their, wow, I can't believe their tank has a 5 endorsement. Maybe they just don't play tank, right? Like, that's a possibility. Their poor Zen, too. Their poor Zen. He never got a chance to ever do Zen things because their tank never enabled him to. A required Overwatch server update is now available. Uh-oh. I might have to end the show and restart the stream. All that shit I talked about, that guy who kept using his, kept utilizing the, like, going live over and over again on... So, just to preface this, why I said utilizing. You get 3 notifications from YouTube per day, right? It will notify your subscribers 3 times per day, right? So he used all 3 of his going live over and over again, back to back. So, like, right now, I would like to not have to end the show because Overwatch needs an update. Hopefully, I can just log back in, but Overwatch has been doing this thing where I have to restart my computer, otherwise it won't let me actually turn the game on. And I don't understand why that is, but this has been the reality of my situation for, like, ever since the mid-season patch came out. And, like, right now, you see the black screen. I'm waiting for it to start back up. Hopefully it will. And then, like, if not, I'm gonna have to try some other things, and I'll just try it. There it is. General error. General error has been the bane of my existence here. I'm just trying to play the game, bro. Like, why is it so difficult for me to just get on here and play the game? So if you're wondering why the screen went out, it's because it said that I have a required update to play the game, and in doing so, I may have to restart the PC. I'm going to try something that someone else said might be an issue, and I'm just going to try and turn off my antivirus for a second, and then if I turn that off, potentially I will be able to boot Overwatch back up. I know about the performance. I have a separate program that also tracks hotspots. I would have to get it fixed immediately, but it's still in warranty, so if it's anything but thermal paste, I would. That's tough, man. Yeah, you don't want to void the warranty, right? Like, you never want to void the warranty on your PC, and, like, potentially have things where you could get it fixed for free, but then you can't anymore because you voided your own warranty. That's really hard. Okay, so what if... What can I do? How do I shut off my antivirus for a second? I need to figure that out. And we'll see if I can boot Overwatch back up with that. I hate when it makes me close the game and I have to restart my whole PC just to turn the game back on. That's ridiculous. Antivirus, let's just I'm looking for the option here. It's gonna take 3 weeks to get it back if you send it out. Oh, dude. That's rough. That's rough. And like you said, you don't know exactly what it is. Yuri, thank you so much for spending time and hanging out, dude. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and I hope you have a great rest of your day. or night, wherever it is where you are watching. You know, I'll be live tomorrow, and we'll be doing another Mercy review tomorrow. So if you want to swing by for that, you know, I hope to see you. Let's go over. Let's turn this on in the meantime. Just gonna turn that up a little bit. Well, so that we're not just sitting here listening to me talk the whole time. Turn it up a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Cool thing. Tomorrow it will be. Sounds good, dude. I can't not have a PC for 3 weeks. You'll fail your grades. Yeah. No, that's too long, bro. That's too long to be waiting for your PC to come back in. And you're still not sure what the problem is? Just out of curiosity. Okay, what if I turn this off for 10 minutes? Just let's try that. I'm gonna try this and see if it works. We're gonna try a bunch of different things with the antivirus and see if it is indeed the problem with Overwatch right now. Because I've only been live for an hour and 45 minutes, bro. Like, I'm not ready to stop yet. All they could tell you was that it very likely is a hardware issue, either the fans of the CPU. That's interesting. Can you open your PC without voiding the warranty? Out of curiosity? I still got the general error. I don't know if you can hear the Windows sound. I'm pretty sure you can't because I have desktop sounds turned off. But it's doing the Windows sound where something is wrong every time I boot up Overwatch. So we'll fix it here in a second. Figure out how. Okay, so it's not the behavior shield. How about the file scanner? I bet if I turn that off, will that work? Because if you can open up your PC, potentially, it's a laptop. Oh, see, that makes it impossible, right? Like, you can't really fix a laptop on your own. That makes it basically impossible for you to do by yourself. Because opening up a laptop requires a lot more than opening a desktop, as you would imagine. You put yourself in this position where, like, if you're not a professional, you have a very good chance of kind of breaking something. Still got the general error. I need to take it with me all the time. Really good. I paid the ass out for it. Oh, dude. Paid out the ass for it. That is so tough. It's tough when you have this thing and, like, you paid a bunch of money for it, but you need it right now, and then, like, there's no option for you to fix the issue with it on your own. That is the only reason why I didn't buy a gaming laptop and instead built my PC. Okay, so now I'm going to turn off all of the, things here, the extras in the antivirus. See if that takes care of it. They have external fan devices for laptops to help them cool down. Star, thanks for being here. You know I love you. I just need the power on the go for the load simulation and 3D modeling. Yep, that makes sense. And you as a future engineer, right? Like, you need all of those. All those programs are incredibly taxing on a computer. So you had to buy a very, very expensive laptop just to be able to do those things at all. That didn't work. Damn it. I'm waiting for Overwatch to close again so that I can try other things with the antivirus. I know you guys can't see me doing that, but I promise that's what I'm doing. Situation sucks. It definitely does. Like, there's nothing you can do. You have to send it away. Like, if you, like, I guess if you want it to work, you kind of have to, right? Gonna try to get your old laptop running good enough. Yeah, I hope that works, man. Cause that's a really hard place to be. Does anyone in your house have a desktop PC that you can use in the meantime? I mean, I know you need the power on the go for when you're in class and stuff, but potentially you could maybe take some of that work home with you, right? And maybe you could utilize it at home, and just speak to the professor about, you know, the issue that's going on right now, and hopefully we could get that, you could get that resolved in a different way. Settings, basic protection. I don't know how to stop this. Okay, so what if I turn this off? Doing everything I can. For now, it works, but I need to keep an eye on the temps, and closing it does resolve most issues, so it'll work for that in most cases. But online games, sign me out if you do that. Gotcha. I think I figured out what the problem was, baby. So, the core defense for blocking malware in real time. My detection system from my antivirus software was causing my general error. Or I just restarted it enough times that it finally gave up. I'm not 100% sure. But, thankfully, that seems to have resolved our issue, and we are back. And back with the game loaded up, so thank God. Oh, dude, the Winston Werewolf skin is on sale. I haven't seen this since, like, Halloween. Like, right after Overwatch 2 launched, this was available in October. And that was the last time I saw this available for sale. That's wild. The Reinhardt Minotaur, if I want to spend $20. I do think this is a cool skin. I just can't imagine who is paying $20 for this, right? And yeah, so all right, we're good. So we're good to go. It is a good skin. I think I think Winston skins are particularly funny. I think that's why I enjoy them maybe more than other skins. The thing about Winston is, like, his character is kind of like a meme in and of itself, right? Like, he's just kind of like a naturally funnier, sillier character. I like that. I like that about Winston. You know, his voice, like yeah, monkey, exactly, dude. And like even his voice sounds kind of like derpy, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna put us back in. That was a small breakaway from our usual programming to figure out why Overwatch wouldn't start. But at least we got it started again. That's the first time it started on its own in like 2 weeks without me having to restart the PC. So that's good, right? And now we can go back to applying pressure to the enemy team. The thing that I don't like about the practice range is that there are no characters in the practice range that have a small enough head to simulate the actual in-game models, right? Like, you can utilize Tracer for this, but, like, she's only right here. It'd be cool if I could make, like, alright, so, in a perfect world, the practice range would let you make these bots be other characters, right? Like, I could have a Tracer, and a Lucio, and, like, I don't know, like a Genji, and an Ana, right? And then they'd all be doing exactly what these guys are doing right here, and then I could utilize the different hitbox sizes to get a better feeling for what it's like to actually railgun these people. Did I see that right? Does the railgun not go down past 25? Like, does it stay at 25? Oh, that's cool. It kind of holds at 25. I don't think it did that when I played Sojourn back at the launch and like in Season 2, the beginning of Season 3. I'm pretty sure it went all the way down to 0. And just see, from 100, it stays at 25. Nice. Well, that's kind of good. Kind of keeps you from losing your entire charge there. Try the aim trainer code I gave you. Yes, I will. That has actual characters and they move more like players for the most part. Nice, dude. Yeah, I still have that set aside. I need to dive into that and check that out. We have a Doomfist, we have a Genji, we have a Brig, and we have whatever Turtle Cake is going to be, Lifeweaver. This is not my favorite. I actually really don't like Brig as a support player, as a support on my team, rather. I just don't think that I don't think her kit is good for this type of Overwatch. Like, she got reworked, right? And, like, it does actually work a little bit better than it used to. But that being said, the game is so ranged and burst heavy that it almost doesn't make sense to bring a Brig who needs to melee things to be able to proc Inspire. You can play it while searching for matches, which is nice. That is nice, actually. I'm gonna practice that later. And that way I can... Sorry, I didn't mean to press that. Thanks. And that way I can check that out and kind of get my bearings with it. I've never used the custom games in between matches. I have always used the practice range. So they have a Tracer, so you know that head is going to be hard to hit. They also have a Sombra, apparently, so you know that's going to be super annoying to deal with. This whole team is going to just piss me off the whole time, I think. But at least they have an Orisa tank, so it'll be easy for me to eliminate her. Good old Tracer, man. Just gonna kill this Mercy. And again, this is what I was talking about with Sojourn. She has the highest potential for value out of pretty much any DPS character, because if you land your headshots, she can just basically one-hit people from across the map. Me and Brig are just chilling while the enemy team goes ham on our remaining characters here. And I missed on that headshot there, but that's okay. You know that the Tracer is going to want to ego duel me now. Now that I have put her down, she's not going to let me live my life. She's gonna have to get up in my face every chance she gets. Oh, here's Moira with her ridiculously long damage. I'm not going to be disturbed by her. I'm not gonna let her get away with nothing done to her. I'll keep the pressure on without necessarily having to commit my railgun damage there. And I'm just going to kind of peek around this corner a little bit. We're gonna dive out of the way, because we can expect that the team is not on the card anymore, and they're not. I had a feeling they wouldn't be. We got the Brig. Is the one person who needs to be up in melee is chilling back here on the fucking payload with me. So at least we're moving it, right? At least there's that. It should be Lifeweaver who is back here on the payload, but whatever. Brig is good when the backline needs more self-protection, often paired when DPS is going to flank and will have trouble peeling. Yeah, she is good against, like, Sombra. She's decent against Sombra, and she's good against, like, Doomfist and stuff like that, so that can be kind of nice. We're just gonna put that there and make it tough for her to do what she wants to do. I'm gonna get out of the way of that Sojourn, or Orisa ultimate. I'm Sojourn. Who are you people? So it's silly time here. That's my team. The Doomfist threw me off, bro. I played against too many Doomfists lately. Just waiting for my team to either live or die. Come and get it. With this Ashe overcommitting here, I think I'm going to be safe to railgun somebody in their face here. I missed. Just slightly, though. Just slightly out of the way. See, the tank is up there. I'm going to use her to charge up my railgun to 100, and then I'm going to step out of the way. I'm waiting for my team to keep me supported. Right, and then I'm getting aggressive first so that we can encourage our Doomfist to do the same. Ideally, I will be able to continue. I don't know where the fuck Doomfist is, dude. He's just not fighting the people that need to be fought. I missed there, slightly to the left of her. My left. So here comes the Moira. Typical Moira. Thinks that she is on point. Unfortunately, the Ashe decided to get on top of me. As soon as I popped ultimate, the Moira got aggressive with me, and if the Ashe wasn't there to save her, I would have killed that Moira. Unfortunately, we got killed. I am getting healed a little bit by the Lifeweaver, though, so at least there's that. I need Doomfist to actually attack people that are, like dangerous to the team. That would be nice. We have a BAP now instead of whoever we had before. I'm not exactly sure who. All right, cool. We can easily get the big damage out onto their team right now. I'm just going to put that damage in onto that Ashe. We're going to put this up there onto their team, generate a bunch of ultimate charge off of the people who are just kind of standing still. We're going to get around to the Tree of Life, and I'm just going to put this damage in on this Ashe. I missed. That's unfortunate. And charge up my railgun again. For fuck's sake. Even standing next to her, she just mowed me. Oh, okay, it was Ashe again. It was Ashe again. I was like, I feel like that Orisa killed me really fast. My whole team stood in front of Bob. Oh, no. Damn, all those ults. Exactly, yeah, dude, all those ults. That's why you don't commit more than 2 ultimates to the fight. And that way you never make it you're never in a position where you have to worry about wasting all of your ults. 2 ults maximum. The annoying part about this Ashe being here is that I have to commit all of my resources to fighting against this Moira, and then the Ashe is just killing me in the background. Like, that shit is supremely agitating. The Sombra's just gonna get out of the way here. We're not gonna be able to kill her unless Doom decides he wants to do something about it. I need to get out of the way. You see, the Sombra's gonna be down here looking for her hacked target. We have a Discord orb up on her. Terrible person to have a Discord orb on, honestly. We could put it on the tank and get a lot more value out of that. And again, this Moira is just going to be on my shit every chance she gets. With the Ashe down, I don't know where our tank is, bro. Where is our tank again? There he is, just accomplishing nothing. So this is the type of Doomfist you don't want to see, right? You don't want to see this kind of Doom who doesn't know where to be, doesn't understand when to dive in and out. Like, this is the type of Doomfist that I get on my teams, where he has never understood how to play a video game in his entire life. He's just like, I can jump into the back line, and then he jumps, and then he dies immediately.
This ends now.
I missed. Not that time, did I? Or that time. Ashe, come here. If that Ashe doesn't die, so help me Jesus, bro. It's like in that game earlier where the Genji had 2 hit points left and no one on my team could get the kill on him. Like, come on, dude. And like right now, I'm not getting any heals. Thank you. Thank you, Zen. Jesus Christ, bro. Ridiculous. The amount of effort that I have to go through to get one person to turn around and be like, this person who's carrying the team needs the heal. I better put the heal on them. Over the top, bro. I'm using the 3-person on payload method to get it around this corner as quickly as possible. We only have so many seconds here. I'm just gonna kill that Orisa immediately. And I see that the Sombra is behind us. And they are dueling. We got dueling Sombras in this moment. I'm gonna put some damage onto her to make sure that she stays out of stealth for as long as possible. Unfortunately, it's not going to matter. With Bob coming out here, it's time for us to back off. You can see that the Moira is getting aggressive on our Zen, and I'm just going to discourage her. I am dead right now because I am hacked. That's okay, at least we died together. We needed to back off. Unfortunately, the Sombra was there, but luckily we got her to utilize her ultimate, right? So that's good, and I'm about to charge up mine again, so we're doing good. And you can see, like, in terms of damage, I have, like, 50% more damage than our Sombra. And that's the difference between the amount of pressure that I can put out as a Sojourn compared to the amount of pressure that... Come on, dude, the skill orb. Compared to the amount of pressure that, like, a Sombra can put out. And, you know, I can't get killed by everything that moves if I stay with the team. So potentially that was my fault. Because we do have a Lucio, I could have stood in his healing aura, but unfortunately I just wasn't there. I just wasn't in it. And our Sombra is here alone. We need to back off. I'm gonna watch her die. I'm gonna put that right there, though. Just, putting this damage in on this Reaper. Just gonna fire this kind of down in that general direction. And I can put this damage in here. With the Sigma here, we need to be careful because the Sigma is a strong tank in terms of mitigation. Much stronger than the Orisa is, potentially.
This ends now.
I'm not going to be able to do anything in this moment. Yeah, no. I need to get out of there. I'm getting hacked from far away. I do have a full railgun charge here, so potentially... No. Nah, dude, I can't get it. That was my fault. I shit the bed on the ultimate there at the very end. It is what it is. Good for them. You see, our team was doing their best. Our Doomfist has someone on our team said, Doomfist more like lame fist. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to point out. Our Doomfist has like 7 deaths here, and that's only because he kept putting himself into terrible positions. This Ashe was pretty good, though. I can't deny it. Right? That Ashe was up there. That Ashe was doing her thing. Tearing that Ashe up. But if our Doomfist had just stayed alive a little bit longer, we could have been fine. The ultimate at the end there was not my best showing. But it's fine. The nerves were too high at that moment, you know? Happens to the best of us. And I'm just going to practice my aim while we're in here so that I can make sure that I am hitting the shots on target when I need to. And take a sip of my coffee before we go forward. Phantom Bride, what's going on? How are you? Sorry that I shit the bed at the very end. Happens to the best of us. The Moira from the other team is now on my team. We have an Ana and a Mercy. And ideally, I'll be able to snag a goddamn heal in this bitch, you know?
We're in this together.
Maybe.
All of us.
I don't know why, but I find that when there are Mercies on my team, I get more heals than when there are Zens or Moiras. And, you know,
Gets you out alive.
I know that Mercy has to swap between... I know that Mercy has to swap between her damage and healing actively. And while Zen is kind of just like, I put the orb on and then I go back to damaging. But that being said, I feel like I never get healed when there's a Zen on my team. Like, so rare. It is so rare. I will have to, like, literally ask for it in voice chat to get Zen to throw the healing orb my way. I think a lot of times they're just so focused on getting the damage that they don't kind of don't notice. And right now, I need a heal, and I'm not gonna get it, dude. I even walked next to the Mercy. At least I got the res, though, right? And now I'm getting hit by Doomfist again. We're just gonna get out of the way here. We're gonna slide over onto the point. We're just gonna slide over onto the point. Start putting damage in on this Mercy. Force her to fall into my team there. And I'm gonna break the Doomfist's ankles a little bit. Put myself back up onto the high ground position. He's probably just going to chase me down. With 2 of my team dead, it's time for us to get out of here. 3 of my team are now dead. It's time for us to leave. We need to just go back and chill out with our heals. That is their Lucio, who was around me just now. So, I'm just going to wait. We're just going to wait. The D.Va is not a good tank to be fighting off against Doomfist. She does not have the sustain necessary to deal with Doom. Especially a good Doom. Like, the D.Va is just going to get destroyed. She's going to get ripped out of her mech. And their soldier already has ult. And this is the end of our team fight again. The Doom is just going to chase me down here. There's nothing I can do. I'm literally at my spawn. Yeah. So there we go. You see my 2 supports are here. I'm going to put that heavy damage into Doom. And between myself and the Kiriko, we were able to kill him. Thankfully, she was here. Again, I don't have the actual damage to be able to kill Doom before he can kill me. That is part of being a good Doomfist, is knowing how much damage you can actually put out. See, I'm getting heals now, so people are here. They're doing what they need to, which is nice. Just gonna damage up on this Sombra. Sombra, come back. Sombra, come back. We are going to lose this point. There's not really much we can do about that. Come and get it, Doom. He's low health, so he's not going to push me at this moment. Now he'll push me now that he is kind of out of the way, right? The soldier is on me as well, so I'm just going to drop down and out of the way. I have no charged up railgun right now, but I can still continue to put damage in on this Mercy. Let's get this Mercy down if we can. Very, very low health for her right now. I'm just going to put that in the doorway. We're going to hope for the best. We're going to peel for our Mercy here. More important that our Mercy stays alive. The things that I hate the most in this current season are Sombra and fucking Doomfist right now. Actually, that wasn't so bad. I died to the soldier right there. But Sombra has been in like every single game that I have played, almost every game that I've played for like the last 3-4 weeks. And nothing happened really with Sombra to make her like really good. She is just like very, very popular right now for some reason. Like a perceived meta or something, you know? She's not bad, but she's not a sustained DPS. She's not a high sustained DPS. You can see, if you look at the enemy team's damage, you can see their Sombra has 2,000 damage, and their soldier has 7,800 damage.
This ends now.
And yeah, so that's my fault. My bracelet got caught on my mouse pad there, so I gotta take my bracelet off. I lifted my mouse pad up like this, and unfortunately, it made me turn all slow and stupid. Our team is still on the point. They should not be on the point 2v5ing. And now our tank is dead, and now our Bastion is gonna go up and die to the Doomfist. This is that shit, man. It's what he gets. I'm gonna put that right there. So I would anticipate Doomfist will continue forward. We just need to wait for the tank. Maybe we can get the tank to do what the tank needs to do. And ideally, we'll be able to move forward. Our other DPS already has 6 deaths. So they are extremely, extremely confident in their movements, in their damage, in the things that they're doing. Extremely confident on the enemy team because they've been able to eliminate us so many times in a row. And I'm just being mean to Doomfist right now. And I need to get up with my Kiriko, and I'm not going to get to. This is exhausting, honestly. Like, it's a little bit exhausting to put myself right in front of healers so many times and watch other people not be able to do their job. Please, please send it my way. All right, let's see. Put this damage in on this Moira. This Doomfist is going to punch our Bastion to death, which, you know, is smart on his part. Thank you. Thank you. I got one. Mom, I got a heal. We need to kill this Mercy. It doesn't look like anyone on our team is doing anything. The Orisa decided she was...
fucking soldier like that. Look at his damage. 13,000.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's doing good. He's doing real good. You know why? Because he's getting pocketed by Mercy with the blue beam. You see the blue beam on him? Crazy how that happens. Anyway.
Meteor strike.
Better luck next time.
So, there goes our tank running off to the point alone. Orisa, you are alone. But, you know, what can you do, right? We have Bastion and Kiriko are on their way. The Orisa, hopefully, is going to wait. Looks like she is waiting, so thank God for that. With the Orisa being here, and me coming up, we still don't have enough people that we realistically can make this push. You see, the Mercy is here. I'm gonna put this in there to put the damage in on them. The soldier is already on top of me. I'm gonna press Q and hope to God that it actually comes. I have 10 hit points. I literally am standing here with 10 hit points. I need heals, please. Please, for the love of God, can I get a fucking heal? No? Okay.
Watch yourselves.
And I'm just gonna die. Because they're just gonna push me at this moment, right? They're just gonna push me. And here's Doom, and here's Sombra, and like, dude. Triggered. Absolutely triggered, dude. You guys saw that? Come on, man. God damn it. It's alright. We'll get him next time, right? We'll get him in the next game. And bro, like, our tank was killing me, Smalls. Not practice range. Unranked. Let's just go back in. Let's go back in. We'll find different healers. We'll find different support characters. We'll run it back. Run it back. Sometimes you don't get supported. This is, for those of you who don't know why I main Echo, this is the exact reason why I main Echo, so that I can be out of the way and never get damaged. Because I'm tired of asking so much for heals and having to constantly beg to get the thing out of the actual, like, teammates that I have that they're supposed to be doing. It's crazy. That's the whole reason why I play a character that can fly up high in the sky, because I don't get hit up there, and I can just let my kind of healing over time heal me back up to full. When you play as Sojourn, she is like the most valuable character in the entire game, but needs to be played with people who are actually standing there healing you, and like healing your, like, you guys need to play together. We got a top 500 on our team, a top 500 DPS on our team, so that's cool.
No mercy.
So, you know, ideally this
The best
cast will be really good, right? We have a Baptiste and a Laurie. We'll see if they can keep the heals up on our top 500 guy. It's almost certain that this guy will do all of the work
Trying to figure out whether to
if they can support him. And the same thing with me. Like, I can do so much work if I am supported, right? But we'll see what this enemy team looks like. Sometimes it's a little bit more complicated than that. But with a top 500 character on our team, that's encouraging, right? Just gonna put that right there. They already know where I am, so I gotta be careful. I don't want to take too much damage here. You can see they're already looking in my direction here. I am putting the damage in with the team here. Just putting the damage in with the team. I need to not get killed by this Widow right now. Thankfully, the healing pylon is here to save my life. I'm going to put this here so that they don't move forward and stop us from being able to push it around the corner. The Widow is right in front of me. Just putting damage in, putting damage in. Look at how much damage that healing pylon is taking care of for me. I need to back up in this moment. Need to back up. Our top 500 guy has been killed by their Kiriko, which sucks. And this is exactly what I didn't want to happen, right? It's for them to block us off right at that car. That's the whole reason why I put the disruptor shot there to begin with. We're just going to back up and wait a second. If I go around this corner and I get sniped, that doesn't help anyone. So I'm just going to wait. I'm waiting for my tank to come back. And ideally, I will be able to charge a little bit of rail off of these guys. And then I can fire that over into them, charge up my ultimate here. And we see that the Widowmaker is here. The Hanzo is doing his thing. The Hanzo is ulting through the point right there. And unfortunately, I just charged up that Zarya significantly with that railgun shot. Looks like our tank is already dead again. And I am about to be dead if I don't get out of the way, so I'm just going to get out of the way. Just going to back up into the spawn a little bit. Wait for my healing to come back. My Baptiste is dead right now, so... And then I got killed by the Widowmaker over on the side there. So we have a Lucio.
Hitting the ground running.
We'll see if he's able to do anything here. We see the Cassidy tried to go up and snag a kill on their team, and it doesn't look like he was able to. Our tank is dead again. This is one of the worst one of the worst days of Overwatch I've seen in a while, bro. This is like the day that I quit playing Overwatch 2. This was the day, the same kind of thing that was happening that day in like in comp though. So it was like even more infuriating. Gonna fire that over there. Force the Zen to walk through my damage. We're gonna kill that Sombra, or yeah, Sombra. Zarya. You're a very fast, elusive DPS, and I'm sure it's hard for support to notice you when you come back up behind them with 2 hit points before you die. The thing is, they should have noticed that I was taking damage before I needed to be next to them anyway. They should have been there, like, pressing the buttons preemptively, because that's the whole point of playing the role. That's the part that gets me, right? Like, I know I'm fast, but their only job is to heal and to support, right? And to enable. So, like, if I have made it to the point where I have to stand next to them, they have already fucked up. That's why I get agitated about it.
This ends now.
Peek. Oh, my hand jumped a little bit. And I need for them to kind of move into the spot that I need them to be in. And unfortunately, I got, but we will get the payload there. That's the important thing, right? By me moving forward in my ult, it was scary enough that they moved backwards, and I am getting the res from the Mercy, so that is good. They are Kiriko ulting on top of me right now, but I can toss this right here and make it difficult for them to stand at the choke point where they're able to pick us off like fish in a barrel. And now I can funnel this damage into this Zarya with the help of my tank, who is actually tanking. And we're going to be able to get that Zarya down. And as long as we continue forward, we'll get that Zen too. Look, so good. And this Mercy is here with us, thank God. I like when, like I said, I like when there's a Mercy, because in general, most of the time, the Mercy is doing the job of taking care of the healing that needs to go out for the team. More often than not, she's not running around with her blaster out like a Moira would be with her damage beam, or like even to a lesser extent, like a Zen or something like that. Like, I know Zen, part of his kit, part of his value proposition is the damage he can put out, but it is extremely exhausting. You're also with the tank right now and easy to see. Yeah, that's part of the draw of playing Sojourn, is that you can be right up with the team directly in the middle of them. Dead game filled with sweats and smurfs, that's why everyone hates it. I mean, I can't argue with you there, bro. I cannot argue with you there. It does have incredibly negative reviews on Steam. That being said, you know, Season 9 was actually pretty good. They did a couple of things, made it a little bit easier for people who don't play Overwatch as their main game to, like, hit their shots and stuff. So, like, if you are not an Overwatch main, this should be the time where people, you know, get to come back and play the game. You would think anyway, right? I gotta be careful of this Widowmaker. It's actually really nice having the healing pylon on the back of the payload, because I know there's somewhere that I can go to actually catch a heal without having to worry. I need to get out of the way here. I'm gonna die right now. Yeah. I used to love it. I give props to you. You got balls for playing this game. Like, it's one of the hardest first-person shooters to be good at, because it has so much investment that you need to actually be good at the game. You know, that being said, it's also incredibly rewarding. It has the tensest, some of the most tense moments at the end inside of overtime scenarios and stuff like that, of any game, of any first-person shooter in the genre, right? Like, I really like PvP, I like the competition, and I enjoy Overwatch in general. It's not like it's not my favorite game ever, but it does have some really strong, you know, talking points, I guess you could say. This Widowmaker wants me dead so badly. Thankfully, the Ashe killed her, and ideally, I will be able to catch a heal as well. I'm just gonna try on this Hanzo here. I missed twice. So if I die right now, it's my own fault. I kind of earned this death. Hey, I got him. I am going to die, but I did get him. So at least there's that. Also, talking this fast, it makes it more difficult to, like, aim than it does when you are, like, kind of playing on your own and you can really focus up. I agree with you. I like PvP, but the matchmaking is dog crap. It is horrendous sometimes. And that's also part of the reason why I don't play comp anymore, why I don't care about comp anymore. Because, like, the people that you get on your team, it's an incredibly team-reliant game, right? It needs you to be extremely, extremely strong at at everything that you do, including the teamwork aspect, but then it will put you with what feels like bots sometimes, like literal like bots, and then like for somehow you're supposed to be able to overcome the most ridiculously outweighed scenarios. Like you are in the most you have the hang on, I missed, damn it. All right, well, it's time for me to make a choice here. My whole team just died, so I'm gonna go swap over to Widow, and we'll see if the Ashe also swaps over to Widow. The idea of trying to fight them as Sojourn, I just can't even get the range on them that I need to actually hurt them from here. So ideally, I'll be able to do something here. But if not, then I did my best. Yeah, but like it'll put you on teams with people who walk in a straight line and don't strafe, right? Like it'll put you on teams with the craziest people, and then somehow you're expected to win the game. Is nuts. It's actually like impossible to win a lot of games in the matchups that you're given. And if I just stand back here and I can get a single kill or even some damage on someone, that'll be great. Right, like with the damage on that Mercy, we were able to pick her off. I got the headshot on that Zarya. I'm just gonna fire that shot. My whole team is dead, so nothing I can do at this moment. I can try to support Winston, but Winston needs to dive out because he's not doing anything but charging Zarya at this point. We just need to, you know, somehow against all odds, we just need to push it all the way to the very end. Destroy their spawn advantage. I'm getting fired on by a Hanzo who knows where I am. Just gonna swing it here. They have a Widow still, so I gotta be careful about that. We're not even able to get to it right now. Yeah, no, we're not even able to get to it. She knows exactly where I am, so... Right, like, it is what it is. That was a good shot on her part. I feel like that was just a throwaway shot, and she didn't even actually see me. She just pressed the button. Or maybe Hanzo's, we couldn't see that, but maybe Hanzo's Sonic Arrow showed her where I was. Because I didn't even peek for a second. Earlier today, I carried the game with an insane Moira stall. They could not kill me. Yo, sometimes you can stall out with Moira better than any other character because her sustained damage continues to heal her, right? So she will damage people, and she'll heal herself. She'll throw the healing orb, and she'll heal herself. Then she'll fade, and she'll, you know, and she'll be immune. And, like, the things that you can do are actually crazy. This guy did good. He did fine. I don't know that I felt like he was top 500. Like, if he was top 500, it certainly didn't feel that way with the amount of kills that our team was getting. But that being said, you know, he did fine. It's really hard to push it in at that last part there. That is the least forgiving part of the entire game. So, you know, it's unfortunate. At least I got healed, though. I'm gonna swing it over to the support players, and I'm gonna give them both the endorsement there. I've played with this Fury person a lot of times. They swapped characters too many times as well. The amount of time that they spent on Orisa was just completely unnecessary. Winston would have been the better choice straight off the jump. Seeing that they had a Widowmaker right away, we could have saved ourselves a lot of time by swapping to Winston right away. Playing Orisa does not save your team from the Widowmaker pick at all. And the tank is the one most able to kill a Widow, unless I had swapped over to, like, Sombra or something like that. But then I put myself in an extremely vulnerable position, trying to dive on a Widowmaker who is, like, full health with a full support squad. Whereas the Winston can disrupt her completely, and the Widow kind of has to deal with the Winston. She can kind of just ignore Sombra while the rest of the team kills her. But Winston has too much hit points and can throw off her shot with the Tesla cannon, doesn't even need to aim. So... like, if we had gotten the Winston swap a little bit sooner, I think we would have been cool there. But it is what it is. You know, if I want to talk like that, maybe I should be queuing his tank, right? But, like, even playing his tank... like, tank is actually the worst role in the game right now because it has the least impact and requires you to do the absolute most. Like, earlier in the gameplay that I was reviewing when we were reviewing that Doomfist, the Doomfist... had to do so much to get the win out for his team. He was, like, his APMs were ridiculously high, and he had to try so hard just to get the win out for his team, and, like, there was a lot of times where he had to go all the way back to his healers and stand in front of them and just wait. And sometimes they still didn't heal him. And he's the tank, bro. Like, come on. But yeah. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Tank is the worst role in the game, in terms of how it feels to play right now. But also, particularly my favorite role in the game when I am on a team that is playing hard, you know? When I'm on a team that's playing to win, nothing feels better than being the tank and making the calls, you make the plays, you decide where to dive, specifically Winston, and to a lesser extent Sigma, although Sigma's probably not meta right now. He has an answer to most things in the game. When you get a dive team and you're diving as Winston, it feels so good. It's one of those unmatched feelings. I really miss playing Echo in this show. I miss being able to be the character that I want to be, but that's not what this is about. We're about applying pressure right now. And I need to practice on my railgun shots anyway, so it's a perfect opportunity for me to miss a bunch of railgun shots and for you guys to look at me and be like, how did he miss that?
We're in this together.
Who is SB Rob? Oh, he's on the other team. Why would I want to join your group, bro? Why would I want to join the group of the guy on the enemy team?
I remember Overwatch tailing you back in the day.
We got another Alari here.
Teamed up with your sidekick.
And a Moira this time. We're going to be rolling with a Sim and a Roadhog to start. Roadhog is not a good tank right now. His potential is kind of completely reliant on him hitting a hook and getting a one-shot. And if he doesn't get the one-shot, he is kind of useless. He's a little bit useless. We can hear that they have a Pharah. Oh, there's two Roadhogs. Awesome. Okay, well, at least there's that. At least they don't have a good tank either. Right? I just shot that rail into the wall, unfortunately. I need to put the damage in. I can put heavy pressure on their support players to be in all the places at the same time and just make their life impossible. I need to get out of the way. This soldier is going to push up on me. Our tank is already dead. We can see the soldier is right in this window right now. I'm just going to put the rail into his body and discourage him from doing anything. Waiting for our team to get back together here. The Hog, with his cute little move that he just did, unfortunately was not able to get the one hit on the soldier. And again, that is the only value proposition of Hog, is to get the one hit on the whatever character he gets the hook on. So if he doesn't one hit them, his value is kind of over. Where this Hog is hooking and fighting ours. Just gonna kill that that Pharah. We're just gonna make sure that the Mercy can't do what she wants to do. See, and that's how it's supposed to look when a Hog hooks somebody. And with the pig pen down, that made it so that I couldn't even get out of there, even if he didn't one-hit me.
What am I missing?
The pig pen is his little trap that he puts on the floor, for those of you who don't know. We need our team to get going, to get doing things. We got this soldier who really wants me, and I'm going to give it to him if he keeps aggressing on me. The Zen on their team, I need a heal, unfortunately, and I can't get over to our healing pylon. At least I'm out of the way, right? Our team is getting destroyed. Bro, our tank left. So at least there's that. Maybe we'll get another tank. Maybe we'll get another tank that can do the thing. Thankfully, I was able to get the kill on that Pharah. I'm not going to be able to get to the point, though. And no one on my team went around either. That's okay. You can see, just from the damage output, right, the amount of pressure that a Sojourn can put out on the enemy team. The damage from me is 4,700 compared to the second DPS on my team at 1,900. And then even the highest damage character on their team, which would be their soldier, is only at 3,000.
Hello.
Hey, Can you hear me talking shit on you? I'm really sorry. All I'm saying is we're not doing anything. That's all. You also have 3 deaths. So we got a new tank. He's playing ball. So a ball is actually potentially really good for disrupting their backline. But that being said, the ball can be a little bit of a throw pick against like a Roadhog tank. Because if the ball gets 1 hit, well, then it's good game for that ball. And unfortunately, I was not able to damage up on that Pharah. She's going to come and try and get up after me. Our tank is already dead, so it's not looking good for us already. Who is down there? Moira is down there alone. I guess she didn't know that she was alone. I'm just going to put that there in case they want to come through and chase her. And I'm going to kind of protect her escape so that we don't stagger too hard. And again, we're just going to push forward here. I can get the kill on that Zen, and then I can fall back out of the way. Their Pharah is right above me and has enough damage to kill me in a single shot if she wants to. Our 1 support is already down here. I'm going to put the damage into their team, but with the healing from the Mercy, I'm not able to actually get the kill on her. I need to get this Mercy down. Damn, I missed. I was slightly to the side of her. That's the pinpoint accuracy when she says that voice line. She's actually not kidding. Like, it's got to be pretty goddamn accurate. And I can maybe get out of the way here. And I was not able to get the kill on that Ashe. Hopefully our Wrecking Ball will be able to follow up, but it doesn't look like it. The Ashe is already alive again. Thank you for the heal. I appreciate that, dude. You're a real bro. With the team is like right on my face now, and the enemy Mercy is coming in to beam me down with her blaster. Good for her.
If they won't quit,
This is one of those days, man. It's one of those days. We'll have a better day tomorrow, right? They can't all be winners.
not so fast.
Why are they targeting me so much? Oh, I missed. No. Well, this is the moment where I either pop ultimate and hope for the best, or I hold it. Alright, I'll commit a second ult to this. I can't see the Pharah anymore. The Roadhog is right in front of me. Yep. My whole team is dead, so there's kind of no point in me even being here. My feet are caught. My feet are caught. Well, that's good game. Man, this has not been a good showing today. It's all right, man. It's all right. Tomorrow, right? We'll have a better day tomorrow. We'll try it out. We'll play one more, and we'll hope for the best. And then after that, we'll just call it a day here. I think. Maybe I'll grab some lunch. Maybe I'll have a better. Maybe I'll stream tonight, and I'll feel better about that one. And I'll just run this stream back like I had to do with the tank stream the other day. All right, I'm gonna pull it, and I'm gonna put me right back in. Let's go here. Let's go here. Bang. Put me in, coach. I'm ravenous for more defeat. You'd think after a certain point I'd get tired of this. Maybe it's because I didn't drink a Red Bull today. I haven't drank a Red Bull yet. I've been waiting. I've been saving it for after the show. Got to take a long drive later, so I figured, you know, I might want to hold off on that Red Bull until later. I think I might have shot myself in the foot there for that one.
We're in this together. All of us.
Bang.
Another day, another mission. Man, I'm so excited.
Was that a Mercy play of the game? I've never seen that before. It was indeed a Mercy play of the game. And I didn't watch it. I'm so sorry. Now I feel rude.
Good
Hey.
to see you.
I like your skin. It looks cool. I've never seen that. At least I don't think I have. There are a lot of skins in the game that I have never seen now. I feel like in the last, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, I've seen more skins that I've never seen before than ever. I'm gonna get over to the side here, just see who comes along the side area. They have a Doomfist. Our Lucio booped him back. They have a Bastion, so I gotta be careful about that. Gonna destroy that Immortality field. And I'm gonna just kill that Bastion straight away. We're going to put the damage in on this Doomfist. And unfortunately, I was able to fully charge that Doomfist there. And we're just gonna put the damage in on him. We're gonna wait for that power block to go up. And I missed. So that sucks. I think the Bastion is on top of me right now. Yes, he is. I'm trying to break his ankles with my movement. Thankfully, our Moira was able to follow up. And I was able to slide over and grab the kill on that Zen. And this Hanzo is going to storm arrow me to death. That's okay. Oh, it's Happy Feet. We were talking about him the other day. This guy was in a, you know, this is like his 4th appearance on stream. Happy Feet. He has no idea he's part of the show. He's now one of the characters on the show.
Can't handle the heat. Stay out of my way.
Moving forward here. I am waiting for my team to either deal with that. Okay, good. They dealt with that Bastion, so I don't have to worry about that. I was going to say either deal with the Bastion or I'm going to find him and deal with him. Which likely would have meant that I would have just died to him. Right? Based on the day that we've had thus far. Gonna slide out of the way. I'm getting dove by Doomfist. And thankfully, our Lucio was able to peel with me and put the damage in on that Doomfist, and because of that, he died. So that's great. Forcing their team back into their spawn right now. And this game is going significantly better. Everybody is kind of doing what we need them to do in this game, which is great. Just a great showing so far from my team. Everybody only has 1 death. They're staying alive. They're peeling. All of the things that you would want from a team. Also, with Lucio here, I don't have to ask for a heal as much because his healing aura keeps me alive, which is nice. Hey.
Hey.
Don't scream.
At relativistic speeds, length contraction causes an increase in the fluid's density. So the question is, does the bullet sink or float?
Alright. We're gonna try and see if we can win this second round as well. And then we'll be good. Alright, team, we got this, fam. I got one of their supports are already down. Gonna put this railgun into the face of the Bastion. I'm gonna keep up with the pressure on the Bastion. See that Happy Feet is now playing Genji. And with the Doom and the Genji on me at the same time, I have to be very careful or I just die. Thankfully, Doom turned his side to me, and Power Block only works on damage that is actually in front of you, so I was able to kind of skate out of there and deal the damage necessary to kill Doom there, so that feels good. And similarly with Genji, the deflect only works on the damage that is in front of you, so if you can make him turn his side to you, then you will be good to go. Gonna put that there and hit this Doom. Just gonna pick him out of the sky. Get this Genji down. I need to get out of the way of this Bastion and make sure that I have a strong piece of cover next to me for when he goes tank form. Then I can put the damage in on this Zen. While I missed that railgun, I can still get the kill there because he's gonna peek me because he's hungry for the kill. Good old Zen loves his volley kills can always anticipate that a Zen is going to try for the charge volley. We got there. Doom has swapped over to a Wrecking Ball now. And Wrecking Ball is a significantly harder target for Sojourn to one-hit. You can see that the Genji is coming my way. With me on the point here, it's going to be harder for the Wrecking Ball to kind of get in and stop everybody. And I just need to be careful about the team here as they get more aggressive on me. And this is going to be my death if I don't get out of the way. So I just need to move. And I need to pay attention to the fact that my tank is dead. I'm going to put in that damage on the other team. I'm going to use my movement ability as Sojourn to slide up the street. And then that way we'll be able to live through that. And with their team having the point now, it's time for me to utilize my ultimate, which I will use here right now. And I just need to find a head so that I can use my ultimate to good effect here. And I'm going to put that on top of me because I know that the Genji is on top of me right now. And I'm just going to try and slide out of the way here, back up onto the high ground position. And while I wasn't able to get as much value out of the ultimate as I would have liked, we are going to take this point. And with the help of Bob and our Ashe, we are able to do what we need to do. We have someone from their team has left the game. Their other DPS character, whoever that was. We see that they have come out of their spawn here. We got the Wrecking Ball is already low health here. And because of that, he's going to need to disengage. Or else, right? Like, he's just going to die if he keeps engaging on us. We can put the damage in on this. Whoop. Just got to get out of the way of that window. Put the damage in on that Brigitte and make sure that she dies. And now we can utilize the Lucio ultimate to keep ourselves alive. Just going to put this damage in on the Genji. And now we are able to take out this Wrecking Ball who's sliding around the point, just doing his best to hold us down. And that's a 19-1 here on Samoa. Probably the best game we've had all day, thank God. We had a good one. This would be a good one to go out on, but there's like 15 minutes left of the show, so I feel like I should just play one more. I haven't lost enough. That is such a cool looking skin, dude. I don't know where that skin came from, but I need more of that. I need to figure it out. That was almost really slick movement on the part of the Ashe. If she'd have made herself get up to the high ground position, that would have been, like, incredibly clutch on her part. Unfortunately, she just slightly missed it. But man, that would have been cool. I try and do that with the Sojourn movement as much as I can, put myself onto a high ground position. You can see this Ashe is very high rated, and so is the Moira. There's a reason for that. Both of those players were very, very good. In addition to that, like I said, having the Lucio around, as long as Lucio is playing with the team, and he's not one of those Lucios who, like, jumps off and, like, runs over to the enemy, like, backline, and, like, is, like, being all crazy, basically. The Lucio that stays with the team is able to put out a significant amount of healing and keep characters like Sojourn alive for a lot longer than they would normally be able to sustain for. And I don't have to ask him for it. He's just already doing it, which is really nice. Similarly, when the Illari on our team can throw a healing pylon on the back of like a payload or something like that, I don't have to ask for it. I can just kind of be by that support, which is really nice. I like those the most, I would say, as I'm playing Sojourn. The other one, like Kiriko, is really good, but the Kirikos have a tendency to overcommit to their kunai throwing, where they could be better served using their support power to enable their DPS characters to do the damage that they can put out. And similarly with, like, Moira, a Moira will almost always go for the damage over the actual healing of their DPS characters. And like, they just need to be careful about stuff like that in times when they could be supporting and enabling their team. And then when you have Zenyatta, like, I just don't like having a Zen on my team. Zen, Brig, Bap, I'm not a fan of these healers or these support players, because I can't get, specifically when I'm playing like Sojourn, right? I just can't get the support that I need when I need it, because they're busy utilizing their potential to do something else. And Zen has incredibly high damage potential and only one heal, so I can't be upset with the Zen player for doing the damage. But that being said, I can I can request it a little bit easier from characters like Mercy, like Kiriko, who can teleport to you, like Moira, who can fade over to you, whereas Zenyatta a lot of times is in the back of your team. And when he's back there, he may or may not see you and may or may not throw the healing orb to you in time because it heals over time. It kind of has this effect where it gets more powerful the longer it stays on one person. But he has a tendency to put it on the tank and forget about it. Alright, so we're here on Esperanza. I'm going to put in this work as Sojourn again. We have a very experienced team on both my side and the enemy team. So this should be a fun game, regardless of how it goes. And we're going to hit those headshots, and we're going to hope for the best.
We're in this together.
Why, Diva, why? It's because she wanted to use her Houston Outlaws skin.
One more mission.
That's what it is. It's the Overwatch team, Overwatch League team for Houston, Texas. That's the only reason. No, I'm sure she's a good diva. I'm sure it'll go fine, dude. Plus, we have an Ana and a Kiriko, so there's a lot of healing on this team. They might be able to even keep the diva alive. As long as she stays in a mech, she's a very effective tank. It's when she overcommits and is not in a mech anymore that she becomes, like, kind of useless.
Over here. Group up with me.
And they have a Doom Fist. Awesome. And I'm about to die to the skill orb. And right now, the entire team is in front of me. There we go. So she just saw that I needed that heal, thank goodness. We have, just checking my side here, making sure that there's nobody on the side who wants me. I'm going to snag that headshot on the Widowmaker, who is very far away. I'm actually pretty impressed with myself for hitting that shot. Go me. Look at me go, dude. I put a little damage in on this Zen. And we're just going to chase this Doom Fist down. Yeah, we're not going to let him get away with that. That was good. That made me feel good. Doing great so far. The Kiriko got booped into the sky and was able to see that I was low health and turned around and actually threw the Ofuda my way, which is incredibly, incredibly nice. You love to see it. Right now, I gotta be really careful about stepping on a stray Junkrat bomb. You see, the Zen is kind of trying to peek around here. Once the shot, that Doomfist sucks. That was a terrible play on his part. Yes, I see them. I see them up top there. We see that they still have a Widow, and that is our Bastion ult going off. We see that Moira is here, damaging me from an absolutely ridiculous distance, and we are able to get the forward spawn in this moment, so that's good. Ideally, it would be cool if I could get a heal over on me. Thank you so much, Kiriko. And I'm just going to slide out of the way now, and we're going to put the damage in on this Moira. And unfortunately, she was able to fade away, but she did get followed up on, so we are able to snag the kill there. And again, we're just going to jump out of the way here and kind of put ourselves into the face of this Doomfist, make sure that he can't do what he wants to do. I'm glad that he died, because my arm was, like, fully extended at that moment, dude. Like, I could not have reached any farther to the right. I had to go too far. That is a big hit for me. I'm waiting for my team to heal me up. Unfortunately, this Moira can see me and damage me from the spot that she's at. I need to pay attention. Oh, I think I'm dead here. Yeah, my movement ability got me caught on the... Oh, really? Okay. I'm gonna put the damage in on everyone that I can here. The Moira was able to fade out of the way of my shot. And now she is in a very scary position. I'm dead here, dude. I'm dead here. I appreciate it, though. Thanks for powering me up. The, whatchamacallit had one hit point left. Moira had, like, 1 hit point left, but she was, swapping off of me and killing our Kiriko. So, smart on her part. We have the tank is in there alone right now. Diva, you're alone? tried to tell D.Va that she was alone, but it looks like she's going to die at the exact moment we needed her to stay alive. I'm going to help her out by killing the Doomfist, and I will kind of put myself into this very scary position to duel this Widowmaker. And again, it is a very, very scary place for me to be, being this close to this Junkrat. But with the damage I'm able to put out, ideally I will be able to do something about this. And with the Zenyatta right there, I know that I need to be careful of the one hit. I need to be careful of the one hit from the Widowmaker as well. But with the Doomfist kind of out of the way at this moment, I know that I can safely pop my ultimate if I need to. But as soon as I pop that ult, they're going to see me, and they're going to put damage in on me. Thankfully, the Mercy is looking my way, and she is able to get the heal up on me. I'm going to jump up onto this high ground position, and I'm going to damage up on this Doom from far away, because I see that they are in the building across from me, and I don't want to be a part of that. I'm going to put damage in on this Moira. I don't want her to be able to stay alive here. We're just going to keep an eye on where she is and make sure that our team gets supported. We don't want her killing our Mercy here, because that will be the end of our push. I'm just going to kill this Zen. We're going to kill that Junkrat. We're going to push up to their spawn here. We're going to kill this... No one. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to, but I got them back. The Widowmaker never peeked. I was able to get the double kill with my ultimate, though, so that's good enough. That is not a terrible ultimate at all. And I missed there. And with this Junkrat ultimate coming my way, I know exactly where it's about to come from, but I have to be careful about getting killed by it. With the Moira going down here, I know that I can... I was going to say I can safely progress forward, but now everyone on my team is dead, and it's time for me to get the hell out of there. Unfortunately, Mercy needs to die, and I couldn't save her. I couldn't go back and save her at that moment. So I'm just going to back up. We're just going to get back up with the team, and we're going to do better on the next push.
Hey, check in.
Got everybody is spawning in. D.Va, don't go in alone. The D.Va doesn't understand the positioning error that she's putting herself in. The Doomfist can be on her at any moment, right? And I'm going to steal this health pack from Doom so that he has nowhere that he can actually stop them. He can't, like, refill his health very rapidly and stop my team from killing him. And right now, I can utilize my kind of movement ability to get me into the position that I want to be in without having to worry about the damage of the Junkrat or the damage of the Zenyatta being able to take me out, because the Zen has travel time and the Junkrat also has travel time. So if I kind of don't put myself in a bad position, I won't actually die to their stuff. But with the Sombra being here, we need to keep an eye on our Mercy. So we know that we need to protect her, and I'm just going to stay with her as much as possible. I need to reload here, and I need to readjust my arm because this Zen is on top of me, and I don't want to be in a position where Zen is in our backline and Sombra is killing our Mercy. So we're just keeping an eye open for our team here, and we can see that the Sombra is actually in front of us right now, so we don't have to worry about her kind of being in the place where I don't want her to be, which is on Mercy. The Mercy is inside of the Junkrat trap, but we're going to follow up to make sure that she can't get killed while we move forward here. And with the Kitsune guiding us, we're going to fire the Disruptor shot over into their team, and I'm going to hope that I get the heal that I need, and I do. So I'm just going to use my movement ability to slide out. We're going to kill this Sombra here, and thankfully someone peeled with me, and we were able to kill that Sombra very quickly. I don't know where that May's ultimate just went, but we're going to just headshot that, or we're going to body shot that Doomfist and make sure that he dies. With the Junkrat down, we now can utilize our Disruptor shot to put it in front of their push corner, and in doing so, we're going to be able to get that Zen down and kind of discourage them from pushing out on us in the moment that we need it. We still have the lead here. I just got to be careful about where I go. I don't want to be in a position where I am overextending. And I'm just going to kill that Doomfist with the headshot there. There's nothing he could do about that, and I'm putting that damage in on the Moira. Nothing she could do about that either, and I am getting the support that I need this game, and it is paying off for us in a very serious way. Unfortunately, I was able to get got by that Widowmaker, but the Mercy is doing a clutch res right now and is going to pick me back up. And with the Doomfist back on me, I'm just going to save my movement ability until it lands. There we go. Just in case I need it, right? And now that I hear fire in the hole, Unfortunately, I was not able to get out of there in time. He stunned me up against the wall and was able to take me out. And if we watch it from his perspective, you can see how fast that happened, right? Bang. Just that quickly. And I wasn't able to get away, but that was only my third death there. Unfortunately, the death happened right after I had gotten rezzed by Mercy, so I took 2 deaths back to back. But it is what it is. We're going to try and save the support, which we're not going to be able to, so we need to just back off. Let's just wait. Let's just wait for the 2 support characters. Yeah, I got it, but you need to stay here. And we're just gonna wait for our team to spawn back in, and because they have the forward spawn, they're gonna be here very quickly. And we only need to win like 2 more team fights, and now we can charge up the damage on this Doom, charge up the rail on this Doom, and we can put the heavy damage in on Doomfist. But with our tank having the Discord Orb on her, we have to be very careful about what we do here. So I'm going to absolutely obliterate this Doomfist and this Moira and make sure that they don't get a chance to actually do anything there. The Kitsune Rush meant that I could put out a very high amount of damage, and there's no saving your ultimate for the last team fight if you don't use it, and yeah, I could potentially generate another ult before then. We see that one of their damage characters has actually left the game in the last like 30 seconds. I have no idea why they would do that, but it seems really weak to have left the game right in the very end there. We're just going to put that there and make it difficult for their Moira to do what she wants to do. And the Zen is going to utilize his ultimate here, so I got to be careful about being close to this Reinhardt. And in doing so, I'm just going to use my movement ability to continue to create space for myself. And with the D.Va's mech going out there, the ultimate going out for D.Va, we know that she is going to destroy the Reinhardt shield potentially, so I can kind of get out of the way. Unfortunately, I didn't get the heal before the Moira was able to get to me, but I did get the res right afterwards, so I'm going to go ahead and kill that Junkrat. We're just going to back up. We see that they have a Cassidy now. I need to kill this Moira as quickly as humanly possible, and ideally I will get some follow-up here, and unfortunately I didn't, so we're just going to fire the disruptor shot here down next to the robot and hope that they can't actually stay on it. And unfortunately, this Zen is kind of breaking my ankles a little bit with my aim, but that's okay. I'm just trying to talk as fast as I can to say everything that is going on. With the Junkrat ultimate coming out, I know that I need to watch out for the point there, and I need to defend this Mercy. So I'm going to put the railgun into this Reinhardt, and I took 2 fire strikes in a row there, which is not great. And you can see that the Junkrat is over on the side here. And I'm just going to kill him with the railgun, and then we're going to put the damage in on this Moira, who is kind of on top of the robot right now, standing in my disruptor shot, and that is going to be a 37-4 game here on Esperanza. Whew! What a game. Jesus Christ. I got supported that game, and things went significantly differently. I do agree with you about the enemy DPS leaving. Yeah, dude, how lame is that, bro? You gonna leave in the last 1 minute of the game? Like, what is the point of that? I guess they were just triggered. I totally get it. I was triggered at the beginning of the stream because I couldn't get people to toss the heals my way. Thankfully, our support that game was really on point with being there when I needed them, and it turned out to be completely in our favor. Thank God, right? Thank goodness. That was quite a game, I will admit. I'm sad that I took those 2 deaths back to back after the Mercy rezzed me over at their spawn, but that being said, aside from those 2 deaths, I think I did pretty goddamn well. So, DeMarcus, thanks for being here, dude. You caught me at the tail end. I'm not sure how long you were lurking, but you caught me at the tail end. That was our last game of the day, and now I'm gonna go and have some lunch here before I gotta go and do all the other stuff that I gotta do today. And I may or may not be back this evening, because normally I would utilize Friday night as like an opportunity to go live again. So potentially I might do this show. I might run this show back and hopefully maybe have a better set of games in the evening time. Especially after I've eaten and I've had some Red Bull, maybe I'll be a little bit more on point. And so will people will be off work, so there'll be more people around. But that being said, the last 2 games of this stream were so good and exactly what I was hoping to have for the beginning hour of the show. But I had a really good time reviewing the Doomfist gameplay from earlier today. That was a super high level Doom with an incredibly fast reaction time. And if you have any interest in Doomfist, check it out. The beginning, hour of the show is gonna give you a lot of tips and a great example of what it should look like when you play a Doomfist. So check that out if you're interested. I'll have that video cut up and posted to the channel later on today. And like I said, maybe I'll go live later on tonight. Since I typically have Friday evenings to myself. It would be like I don't know what part of, if you're in the US or whatever, but it would be like a 7 o'clock Eastern time show, probably somewhere around there. We'll see what happens though. I might just save it for tomorrow. Got it. Cool. And then, you know, if you want to come and you want to hang with us, I'd be happy to bring you in. Anyway, hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm Moonchild, the DudeNoWay, and I'll see you in the next stream.